It's one of the greatest rivalries on the national high school football landscape. It's Oceanside and El Camino, and it's Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health. Along with Drew Ferris, I'm Jonathan Rifkind, and tonight, Drew, it's going to be a night unlike any other.
Less than 5 miles separates these two programs. Over 6,000 fans here tonight. Not just a sense of community for these two programs, but a sense of pride is on the line.
In his tenure as the head coach of El Camino, Coach Michael Hobbs has never lost against the Oceanside Pirates. El Camino has actually won each of the previous 4 matchups against Oceanside. But what can the Pirates do here tonight to flip that script in 2024?
The Pirates need to stay disciplined on defense, stop the run of El Camino, make them one-dimensional, and don't let this moment get too big for them.
On the other side for the Pirates, they have been outscored by 113 points in this matchup. How can El Camino sustain that success?
El Camino needs to continue to run the ball, make sure they open up the playbook tonight and run up the score and stay sound on the defensive side.
Well, the lights are on, the field is set, and the crowd is roaring. It's time for Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health. Kickoff is next.
Okay, there was once a little girl who who was fearless. She protected the whole village, and she never backed down. She was my champion. And when she grew up, she joined a group of other heroes to protect the world. The world-class medical team at Palomar Health. Because they are the champions of healthcare.
Mommy!
And champions for you.
Teachers enrich their students' lives, nurture young minds, and inspire future leaders. For that, we salute you. We celebrate San Diego County's 2024-2025 Teacher of the Year nominees with Cox presents Salute to Teachers. Learn more at salutetoteacherssd.com. Presented by San Diego County Credit Union in partnership with the San Diego County Office of Education and Cox Communications.
The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the heart and character displayed, and the brotherhood forged on the field. One play can shift the momentum. This is more than a game. It's Game Time High School football.
Brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't created overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare. Champions for you.
Live from John Carroll Stadium at Oceanside High School, this is Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't made overnight. They're created through practice, determination, dedication. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare and champions for you, and supported by Easter Seals. Disability is not a dirty word. Say it, celebrate it, and share it. Help us define disability and share your story at disabilitypride.com. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkind, our entire Game Time on Your View crew is ready to roll for the Battle of the City, one of the greatest high school football rivalries here in San Diego. Drew, there's so much that can be said about both these schools, but we are amongst infamy here tonight with the great John Carroll in the stadium. This is John Carroll Stadium, and before the game, Coach Carroll was down at midfield. He was greeting both the teams. You see Coach Carroll right there meeting with the Oceanside coaching staff. Listen to this. During his tenure, Coach Carroll had 248 wins, 75 losses, and 6 ties. His worst record, 9-3-1. That came in 2011. Coach Carroll, the lore of which he has been etched in San Diego section history, written 13 CIF championships, 7 in a row, 2 California State Bowl championships, 21 consecutive CIF semifinal appearances, and 11 consecutive CIF final appearances, a whopping 76% winning percentage for Coach Carroll. Drew, amazing, and what better setting for him to be in attendance than here tonight against El Camino.
A tremendous amount of history for Coach Carroll here in Oceanside. We have great players on both sides of the ball, but Oceanside, a lot of great history, a lot of great tradition here. You know that they playing in a game like this, they want to put out and perform for their hometown crowd.
Something that you and I talked about, Drew, in our pregame conversation was just how difficult the road has been the last 4 seasons for Oceanside, being outscored 153-47 in the last 4 years. Offense has been difficult to come by, but it does feel like for the Pirates, this year could be a little bit different.
Truly is. They have one of the great offenses here in North County, really prolific. They have great quarterback play, likes to scramble, get the ball in space. This offense has been doing pretty well this season, and I know they're going to be playing a stout El Camino defense tonight, so it'll be interesting to see if they can run up the scoreboard here in Oceanside.
Oceanside holds 16 CIF San Diego section championships. The school won 7 consecutive championships from 2004 to 2010, a time in which you were a high school student here in San Diego. You know, for somebody who played on this field, Drew, against a school like this, what does it mean to be the road team in an environment with 6,000 plus people?
When you're coming into a hostile environment like this, it's a great turf field. It was dirt back when I was playing, but it's a beautiful turf field here tonight.
Back in your day.
Back in my day, right? But when you come into a hostile environment like this, you know, not only is it just bragging rights and pride, but this is a sense of community and belonging here. And I know a lot of these players might know each other from growing up, right? Pop Warner in middle school and things, and other sports, competing in other sports. So, you know, a night like tonight with 6,000 plus people in the stands, a lot of attention, a lot of media attention. You know, you can't get too big for the moment. You can't let this moment get too big for you and too big for the team. When we spoke to Coach Fale prior to the game, he talked about not letting this moment get too big for the players and get your emotions out of check. So that'll be important here tonight.
Both these teams come in with 3 wins here tonight. Oceanside with 2 losses. They lost their opener against San Juan Hills, the Southern Section School, and they lost to Mission Hills. That was a good game, though, 28-14. A game I think could have gotten out of hand pretty easily, but Oceanside took control defensively and at least made it interesting. On the other side for El Camino, their one loss was against an out-of-state school in Mountain View, a top 10 team in Arizona. They have wins against Helix in the opener. Then they beat RBV in Mount Carmel. This feels like their first real San Diego test here tonight.
This will be their first real San Diego test, and that one loss they had against Mountain View, a really top team in Arizona. They looked a little sluggish, a little slow. That team seemed faster than they were, so I think they have some holes defensively that Oceanside can take advantage of, and we'll see here tonight.
Oceanside has received word that their transfer from St. Augustine, Easy Tokyo, a star linebacker and defensive end, will be playing here tonight. We talked to Coach Fale Palamele before the game, and he said, we're excited. This kid is a beast. He has over 10 college offers, a couple of schools here to see him tonight as he leads his defense into the locker room to hype him up for the kickoff.
Really big talent here for Oceanside. They're happy to have him back. Like you said, 10-plus offers from schools across the country. He'll be fun to watch tonight.
And on the other side for El Camino, they also have a player eligible, Gavin Wasserman. He's a junior quarterback and a transfer from the San Marcos School District. He played for the junior varsity team last year. We still don't know if we're going to see Gavin, but with some of the quarterback turnover that El Camino has had, they started off the season with Vinny Simon, and then they moved off of him in game number 3 to Blake Sega. I think that El Camino could use some quarterback help. Whether it's Wasserman or Sega, they need to find a way to move the ball through the air tonight because Oceanside's going to be ready for the run.
It would make sense for them to experiment and explore Gavin here tonight at quarterback, seeing what he has, knowing the type of talent he has, right? Obviously, the first couple games you've been shaky at quarterback, just switching up the 2. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do on a stage like this tonight.
You know, for both these teams, they possess different styles of football, right? El Camino is out physical you and out strengthen you and out muscle you. They're going to try to beat you in the trenches and run that football down your throat. Oceanside is more athletic. They like to go in between the hashes and utilize the width of the field. Which style do you think can dominate here tonight?
My gut is telling me El Camino style of play will win smash mouth football. They like to, run 32 personnel, 3 running backs, 2 tight ends, crowd the line of scrimmage, and use the play action off of that. So if Oceanside has a tough time stopping the run, I think El Camino runs away with this game, considering their style of play. But like you said, on the other side of the ball, Oceanside, very dynamic in their offense.
Leo Bell is the star running back for this team, 397 rushing yards coming into the game. He also has 10 touchdowns as he tries to lead this backfield for El Camino. His brother plays at Liberty University, actually broke his hand in the New Mexico game, so he is likely out for the season. But Leo Bell is going to be a name you're going to hear a lot of tonight.
number 3, Leo Bell for El Camino, he is their entire offense. He's statistically speaking 10-plus touchdowns. It'll be fun to watch him tonight.
We are moments away from kickoff. It's the rivalry game of the week here in San Diego. El Camino taking on Oceanside. It's game time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health.
On Locally 101, we highlight the best that California has to offer. Join us for the adventure. Meet interesting people. Discover new places to visit and things to do. All on Locally 101. Brought to you by Grangettos. Serving growers and gardeners since 1952.
If you're having trouble breathing, if you're having a lot of sinus infections, if your nose is dripping like a faucet, I can help you breathe easy. I'm Dr. Shaw, Palomar Health ear, nose, and throat surgeon. In less than an hour, we'll unplug that nose that's been so congested without an invasive surgery. It's painless. And by the next day, you're going to be breathing much easier. Contact us. I'll help you breathe easy.
6,000 plus in attendance here at John Carroll Stadium at the northernmost school of San Diego County proper. Oceanside and El Camino. It's game time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkind at your service all evening long as the captains line up at midfield. Let's bring you our keys to the game, brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't made overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare, champions for you. For El Camino, it's a double-edged sword, right? We know they like to run the football, but Oceanside's expecting that, Drew, so they got to find a way to pass the football tonight. And on the other side, they want to force Joseph Vinup to throw the football and got to stop the run.
Definitely. El Camino loves to throw the ball, especially off play action. And yes, for Oceanside, stopping the run will be big tonight, making them one-dimensional.
And on the other side, for the Pirates, this is a team that possesses a ton of athleticism across the field. They play a quicker style of football. They need to control that tempo and, of course, limit the big plays. 4 of the passing plays last week for El Camino at Mount Carmel went for over 45 yards through. That can't happen for the Pirates defensively.
Truly, and so much of their offense is about rhythm and timing and explosiveness. So for the offense on Oceanside, definitely controlling the game and limiting the big plays on the defensive side.
Joseph Vinup for Oceanside in his first full season as a quarterback. He was the slot receiver last year and actually took over at quarterback in this game last year and scored a touchdown, the only touchdown of the game for the Pirates. When we talked to Coach Fame Palomele before the game, he said, look, he scored a touchdown for us. We were pretty impressed, and from then on, the job was his to lose.
Truly, he's an athletic quarterback. He rips off big runs. He had a couple big runs against Escondido and Westview. Loves to scramble in the pocket. He can throw on the run, has arm strength. It's going to be fun watching him tonight make plays for this Oceanside offense.
A senior with 586 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, just 1 pick so far today. He has also rushed for over 306 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. He actually received his first ever college offer this week. That's at Culver Stockton. The Wildcats are an NAIA school out of Canton, Missouri. A team that is rebuilding. They're 0-1 so far this season in the NAIA. They only won 1 game last year. They actually have a ton of Southern California kids. They could use a guy like Joseph Vinup, but undoubtedly a kid who's going to have more offers coming his way. And I think tonight is a great opportunity to prove that he's worthy of playing on Saturdays.
It will be a big test for him tonight to be on this stage. Big rivalry game here at home. There'll be some eyes on him from across the country. It'll be fun to watch him impress.
All the celebrities are out here tonight as we hit the anthem. kickoff. Wonderful rendition of our nation's anthem here at Oceanside. I mentioned the celebrities are out. We have John Maffei next to us here in the press box. We have Blue Hen Dave here in the press box. All of our good friends at KUSI are here. All of the celebrities. If you're not at Oceanside, El Camino, I don't know where you're at on a Friday night, Drew. It's teeing up to be everything that you would imagine. It does feel like for Oceanside, this is their best chance of the last 4 matchups between these two teams to get a win.
Truly, and this is one of the most athletic teams they've had in the last 4 years. A lot of playmakers are getting back. Easy Tokyo off that 5-game hiatus, the first 5 games of the season. They're hyped up. You can see them excited on the sideline. I think it'll be a great matchup tonight.
Easy is an Oceanside native. He ended up going to St. Augustine and was one of those 15 players to transfer. We saw Brady Palmer last week at Cathedral. Easy Tokyo here tonight. And we'll see who's quarterbacking for El Camino. We were not given word on if it would be Gavin Wasserman, who's the transfer from San Marcos, who is indeed eligible. But all of that will be answered in due time. We are ready to roll at Oceanside. It's the battle for the city. Oceanside sporting their signature home green and whites with that green stripe down the center of the helmet. El Camino in their road yellow and whites with the El Camino brown helmets at the top. Second-year head coach Fale Paumele against fourth-year head coach Michael Hobbs. Coach Paumele actually served at El Camino as an assistant coach for a couple of seasons before rejoining Oceanside, where he played in the mid-90s. Trying to get his first win against the Wildcats in his coaching career. Warren McKillop, who's also the star running back, will do the kicking honors. The house is shaking, and it's a squib up the middle. We are underway as the ball is fielded at the 20-yard line. Going out wide across the 30 to the 40, over to the 50 and out of bounds. Just thereafter, the return man was Anthony Sega, the junior wide receiver, putting the Wildcats in perfect field position on drive number 1.
Great run back by Anthony Sega. Takes it around the left hash up the sideline. Great starting field position for El Camino.
And for a team that really relies more on their running game, Drew, starting in opponent territory has to be a plus.
It truly is, especially on the road. You know, big rivalry game, quick snap.
And here they go, loaded backfield, quick snap, pitch, run goes for a gain of 3 on the play. And that was the star running back, Leo Bell, the senior.
We're going to be seeing a lot of Leo Bell tonight. I love the tempo. They get up to the line of scrimmage, trying to catch them off guard, be physical.
69th carry of the season for Bell, over 400 yards on the ground. He has 10 touchdowns. He's averaging 99 rushing yards per game. Of course, his brother Marquise, a DB at Liberty, mentioned earlier he broke his arm in that game at New Mexico State. Shotgun formation. It is the Gavin Wasserman quarterback spot as he hands it off to Bell, who bullies his way across about a yard shy of the line to gain. It's going to be 3rd and 1. So Gavin Wasserman was the starting quarterback on the JV team last year at San Marcos, and here he is getting his first varsity start after waiting out the 5 games.
That's big time to be able to start on the road in a rivalry game like this as your first varsity game.
He is highly regarded, an invite to some of those elite 7-on-7 camps, and somebody to keep an eye on. Here comes Bell flying across the line to gain, and the Wildcats get their first down.
That's that 32 personnel I'm talking about. 3 running backs, 2 tight ends. They bunch everybody in on the line of scrimmage, play downhill, look for them to play action off that later in the game.
Bell was the star running back a season ago, and has consistently answered the call for this offense. Back in the shotgun they go. Here's a little flip up. That's Blake Certeza, the sophomore, going for a gain of 2 on the play. Certeza does have a touchdown on the season. The pitch forward gives him his 12th reception as well.
Yeah, nice little fly sweep here off the edge. Almost gets tackled in the backfield, gets north and south when he needs to. But Oceanside doing a great job swarming to the ball and only allowing a couple yards on that play.
Yeah, that was Easy Tokyo en route. And if Easy Tokyo was chasing me down, I'd probably just stop running and go into the fetal position. 2nd and 8. Pistol formation. Bell right through the teeth of that defense and gets nothing out of it. Oceanside finally able to stop him for the first time tonight.
Easy Tokyo, even if he doesn't actually make the tackle, the presence of him off the edge doesn't allow for Leo Bell to try to bounce it outside, and he has to go north and south into the teeth of that defense. Great job to number 43 for Oceanside.
Esaias Juarez with his 39th tackle of the season.
Making the play.
3 minutes into action. Wildcats in Oceanside territory, but they're staring at a 3rd and 8. Wasserman looking to throw, veering out to his left. Wasserman into space, trying to break loose. He evades a tackle and gets across the line to gain. Boy, that is a big-time play by the first-game varsity quarterback.
Really saw his wheels there, evading pressure, drops back, doesn't like what he sees, skirts to his left, looks like he's a passer for as long as possible, jukes the guy out, gets out of bounds. A little bit of a late hit, but no problem.
Yeah, that was Tila Pahua who got his ankles broken right there. So from 3rd and 8 to 1st and 10 near the red zone at the 23. Wildcats have been very good on 3rd down this season. Bell is the running back. Play action. Wasserman looking towards the end zone. And it's a tad overthrown. His intended target was unavailable.
Jason there open, had a step on the DB, just couldn't quite connect for Gavin. Makes the right read, makes the right throw, but just a hair in front of him.
Yeah, that's Jathan Bejarano, the star wide receiver, leading the team with 14 receptions, 169 yards and a tutty so far this season. 2nd and 10. Here's Bell through the A gap and taken out at the knees. On the tackle was Kimani Nua.
They're doing a great job tackling tonight. And talking to Coach Fale before the game, he talked about being able to tackle tonight, play more sound on defense, play discipline, and don't let this moment get too big for him.
Bell able to get 4 on it. 3rd and 6. So far, Wasserman has 1 pass attempt. And it was an overthrow to Jathan Bejarano. Bell taking the handoff and immediately greeted at the edge, and he goes backwards. The Pirates plummeting Bell. And guess who led the charge? Tokyo with his first tackle for loss of the season.
You love to see that if you're Oceanside. A big 3rd down play as they creep in the red zone. And Bell tries to bounce it outside, but the speed of this defense right into the teeth of Tokyo. And other Pirates there to meet him.
4th and 8, and the Wildcats are electing for the field goal. Call it 36 yards. It's flat and no good. So Oceanside able to come up with a huge stop here on their first defensive drive. And that has to ensue some confidence into the offense.
It definitely does. Confidence is right, Jonathan. They come in here, they line up quickly a few plays. They're marching down the field, play by play, 3 to 5 yards maybe every play. And that stop right there definitely gives confidence to Oceanside defensively, knowing that they can stop them.
So despite a pretty positive drive, the Wildcats come up empty. Not a team that is too keen on field goals. And now it's the Pirates' turn on offense. They scored 7 points last year in a blowout that went the Wildcats' way. We'll see if they can find a way to surpass that here in the 2024 iteration. Joseph Finnup, the senior quarterback. Fakes left, rolls right, lobs up a rainbow, and it's intercepted. Out near the 50, not sure what he was looking at. But the ball was taken by Jake Williams, his first pick of the season.
I think that was
Sega
that. Micah.
Yeah, that's Micah Sega, his second interception of the season.
I think he got hit as he threw. If you watch the replay, but here's rolling to his left, sets his feet. Actually, he threw it right before he got hit. I'm not sure. Maybe it slipped out of his hand. But
Kimani Newell was in the area, so was David Daniels, but
that ball had way too much air under it. I think that ball might have slipped out of his hands or something.
Just the second pick of the season thrown by Vinup. And just like that, the Wildcats will get it back. So exactly where they started on their previous drive, at the 48-yard line in Pirates territory.
Turnovers will be a big factor in this game, just like any football game. But when you give an offense like this the ball in plus territory, it's not the way you want to start the game.
So Gavin Wasserman leads his offense back out there, hands it off to Leo Bell, staying behind some tacklers before he's taken down for a loss of 2 on the play. That's Micah Felatoy, the sophomore, on the edge with the tackle for loss.
Yeah, you can tell they had a lead blocker out there to the left side, 44, going around the edge, trying to get help on Easy Tokyo, but that just allows for another Pirate defender to come in and make the play. Great job by the defense.
And that's the point that you made earlier. Even if Easy technically isn't in the play, he's still impacting, right? Because you have to double team that guy, which opens up an opportunity for somebody else.
Definitely. So if these other Pirate players can make the play and take advantage, it'll be big time.
2nd and 11. Wasserman looking to throw, going deep, has a man, and it's incomplete right through the awaiting arms of Caden Coleman.
I love that play call, taking a shot early in this ball game, kind of reminding Oceanside to kind of stay on their heels, right? Because they've been running the ball. That's their first big shot they've taken down the field tonight. Had a couple receivers open, and you got to see the arm talent there of the quarterback.
They're showing it off. They just haven't been able to reel it in. Coleman had a touchdown in this matchup last year. By the way, 6 interceptions last season as well. He is quite the two-way player. 3rd and 11. Bell and Wasserman teaming up in the backfield. Here's the junior quarterback, and
I think it'll be a false start on the offense.
Dirty Laundry coming in early.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Well, you're pretty good about Dirty Laundry, so you have a keen eye for it.
I do. I really do. I could have worked at the cleaners. Maybe I did, and you just don't know.
If you have Dirty Laundry, send it to Drew. I'll tell you his address after the game. It's going to be a 3rd and about 16 here for the offense as they confirm the false start. Nearing the halfway point here of the first quarter.
3rd and long here for the Wildcats. I'm interested to see what they draw up here. They're not really in a position to go play action. They could go screen game here. I know they like to do that out of the shotgun formation. I think we're going to see a running back screen here, Jonathan. But I don't have a crystal ball.
Trying to be a Tony Romo style right now. 3rd and 16. Here's the fake. It's a handoff forward that gets blown up. Easy Tokyo with his 2nd one here tonight. And the cowbells are out for the St. Augustine transfer.
Little draw play action. Played it safe offensively. And they're just right there to make the play. Easy Tokyo screaming up the field. Makes a big hit here at home. He's hyped up. He's excited. Love to see it.
Back at home after spending a year with the Saints. Punt is ready to go, and Oceanside, who had one play on their first offensive drive, will try to flip the script here. Let this ball bounce, trickling inside the 10. Great punt. Continuing to take an El Camino bounce to the 5. And that coastal breeze benefiting El Camino here, as it's going to be 95 yards to the goal for the Pirates.
They are winning the battle of field position right now early in this ball game. And if you're the returner, you've got to catch that football. There's enough hang time on there to get underneath it. But at the end of each return, number 1 goal, maintain possession of the football, Jonathan.
Joseph Vinup back out there after throwing his 2nd interception of the season. We mentioned he got his first collegiate offer this week to Culver Stockton. Trying to make the most of it. Back towards the end zone. Man on the move. Vinup in possession. And it's a handoff that goes for no gain on the play.
I know they want to establish a run game, and that'll be big for this offense to relieve some pressure off of Vinup. He's not a first-year player at quarterback, but in a big game like this, even though you're at home, just having that confidence to lean on the run game to get something going is huge.
Finup leads the team in passing and in rushing, and right now, all alone in the backfield. You got to wonder, Drew, if this is a draw. They have a quad stacked up on the weak side, and it is a draw. Finup searching up the middle through the gap and gets gang tackled after a short gain on the play, but at least he gives himself some breathing room.
He really does, and great call there, calling the draw play.
I know, I pulled a U.
Yeah. You know, he sets long enough to just buy himself a few yards up the field, fake the pass. Great job by El Camino swarming and getting the tackle.
A gain of 5 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and manageable, but still at your own 11-yard line. Man on the move was Jeremiah Beeman, and whistles blow here.
Yeah, they're going to call encroachment on the cornerback.
Our official doesn't even mouth the call. I feel like normally we get at least some sort of...
The right side corner for El Camino.
Thank you. You're
I have noted, their helmets were almost touching.
Well, there's no lips for you to read, so we need you even more now.
I just saw it before the play happened. I was wondering if they were going to call it.
So that's going to set up a 1st and 10 now on a gift by El Camino. Under center is Finup. On the move is David Daniels. And a rush right through the teeth of that defense goes for a gain of 10. And a first down here for Oceanside. Neke Latuli, the freshman, with his 18th carry of the season.
They like him a lot. I was talking to Coach Fale before the game, and they talked about him as being one of the young leaders of this football team. It's awesome to see him getting involved early, getting a big gain up the middle.
It's hard to be a freshman playing at one of these schools, and Latuli clearly standing out in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the 27. Finup looking to throw, gets rid of it quickly. It's caught, and not much left for Aiden Goodwin beyond that. Goodwin is the senior wide receiver, his 4th reception of the season. Just picked up an offer from Washington State.
Washington State recruits a lot down here.
They love San Diegans.
They really do love San Diegans.
And they look like they maybe could have been a college football playoff team until that San Jose State game last week. Anyways.
I don't watch college football as much as you do. I didn't even know they played last week, but what do I know?
You know high school football, that's for sure. 2nd and 5. Latuli is the running back. Finup elects to keep it. Defense snuffed it out. Ball is fumbled. El Camino says they have it. And the deliberation it is. Wildcats football, I believe. So the 2nd offensive turnover here for Oceanside puts El Camino in enemy territory with a fresh set of downs. We'll step aside. You're watching Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Disability is not a dirty word.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have a passion.
It's who I am, whether I'm sitting or standing.
If I didn't have the disability, I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
Say disability.
With pride.
Murray Lampert is San Diego's leader in building quality and stylish ADUs through the ease of the design-build process.
ADUs are investments that allow you to move your family closer, provide a comfortable place for a loved one to stay in later years, or even gain income as a rental property.
The Murray Lampert design-build process is the all-inclusive, homeowner's peace of mind way to build. Our family, your home. That's the Murray Lampert experience.
No score at Oceanside. The only thing that you missed was a Leo Bell gain of 6 on a run, and then got stuffed on the 2nd run attempt of the drive. But El Camino set up pretty well here, Drew. 3rd and 4 from the Pirates' 26.
Favorable field position again for the Wildcats. We'll see if they can capitalize. Looks like they're changing up the personnel a little bit.
And they are going tight here on 3rd and 4. Somebody moved. And they're going to call encroachment on the defense.
Looks like it was number 56.
That would be Timothy Faasa, the senior defensive lineman. And from 3rd and 4 to 1st and 10. So Oceanside benefited from an encroachment call on El Camino, and they give it right back.
Penalties will be big in this game. See who can capitalize.
So 2 turnovers so far for Oceanside. Both teams with a couple of penalties. Nothing too egregious. Caden Coleman, a late addition to this offensive set. Bell is the running back, Wasserman the quarterback. Bell runs it right through the A-gap before being tackled out near the 15-yard line. Tackle made by Hezekiah Wells. And Bell able to get a good chunk of yardage.
That tricked me a little bit. I thought he was throwing the ball still when he did that play fake. But great job breaking tackles. He's such a tough runner, such a downhill runner. It's going to take a whole ship of pirates to bring him down.
Load up those cannons. 2nd and 5. Wasserman up the middle, has a man. That's good for a first down inside the 10-yard line. Reception was made by Blake Certeza, his 12th of the season. Remember, he was the target earlier in the end zone. That was a tad overthrown, so he gets one back, and that is Wasserman's first completion of his varsity career.
It's a great pitch and catch over the middle to get just on the doorstep of the 5-yard line.
And whistles blow. Somebody took a timeout somewhere, and it's on Oceanside. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 5. Let's go back to that fumble, Drew.
Yeah, Joseph Vidup takes the ball himself up the middle. He just takes a shot to the chest by number 2, Zachary Ballo. Forcing the fumble. Recovered by Jake Williams. Just a great job by the defense, winning that turnover battle early in the game, creating opportunities for this offense.
And by the way, that is that's the 3rd forced fumble by Zachary Ballo so far this season. If you're an opposing quarterback, stay away from that guy.
Yeah, you should scout him during the week and understand on film that he's a tough player and he's going to get after the ball carrier. But he just put his face mask right in the chest and wasn't ready for it.
That was the Cox Fast Stat, giving football fans all the latest stats courtesy of the nation's fastest internet provider. Learn more at cox.com/internet. All right, here we go out of the timeout. Wasserman and Bell in the backfield. A trio of wide receivers. It's 1st and goal from the 5. Flags fly, and a penalty is called.
I think we had movement on that offensive line.
That's going to send it back to 1st and goal from the 10. It's got to be so frustrating as a coach.
It really is, and it just kills your momentum, and it changes the play call more than anything. You know, I mean, you're on the 5-yard line. Looks like they're going to call timeout here. Coach is on the field.
So
timeout, El Camino.
Yeah, El Camino going to use a timeout here because Coach Hobbs is not happy with something that I assume that he was unhappy with the false start.
You know, I think a coach gets really frustrated with a referee crew, not just because they're making calls against them. It's because they're not consistent or they're not communicating clearly with them. So I think, you know, my guess is he's chatting something about
maybe the defense invoked, right? Maybe,
yeah,
right.
Or just the consistency of how they're going to call it, because they've called a couple false starts now on El Camino. So I think he's just trying to get some clarification of what they're looking at.
Coach Hobbs in his 4th season here with El Camino. Took over after 6 years at Central. Early key wins over Point Loma, Rancho Bernardo, Torrey Pines, Carlsbad. They play in that
ever-competitive Avocado League. To take a timeout for this, I mean, you're not even talking to your own players. You're only talking to the refs. It must be pretty important to him. It's like they're doing a
now
personnel
Oceanside
change.
a little confused defensively as they bring out the big boys. It's Easy Tokyo lined up there, but everybody looks confused right now, Drew.
Defensively, they look a bit confused with the personnel. I think they're trying to get clarification on what the calls are, what the call is.
Coach Fale Pomele back out there his second season. Bring on an entirely Oceanside-based coaching staff. More on that here in a moment. First and goal from the 10. Wasserman looking out wide, has a man, it's caught. That's going to be good for a short gain on the play, and the reception made by Blake Sorteza, his second.
He's a shifty receiver. He's got great feet, really quick turnaround to catch the football. I like this receiver. Breaks down, nice soft hands, and number 1, David Daniels. We haven't called his name tonight, but he's a big-time playmaker for them.
Here we go. Hand off to Bell, trying to break through and can't. Getting stuffed after no gain on the play. Third and goal from the 6.
I believe El Camino needs to get a little more dynamic than just handing the ball off to Leo Bell 40 times a game against this defense.
Well, they brought in, I guess, technically backup quarterback Blake Sega. Is that not dynamic enough for you?
Well, I love their style of play. Smash mouth football. And they're going to try. Oh,
here's Sega looking to throw out wide. Has a man in the back of the end zone. It's caught, and the Wildcats strike first. It's Jordan Lilo, his second touchdown reception of the season. And Sega getting into the end zone for his 4th time this season as a quarterback.
And that's why you run that jumbo package and you pound the ball on the ground again and again, so you set up the play action. It worked beautifully, and all you need is a step on that defense. Great pitch and catch, great play call.
Yeah, Lilo was pitching a tent back there in the end zone. Nobody was around him, keeping his hands warm by the fire. And they're going to go for 2. That's Vinny Simon, number 10. He started the season as the starting quarterback, threw 3 picks in that first game against Helix, and after Mountain View, he was benched. He's now going to be the holder as they elect for the PAT. It's up, and it is good. So after the fumble, El Camino capitalizes. They go 48 yards en route to the end zone, and they take a 7-0 lead. We take another look at it.
Yeah, here you see play action here. He just gets behind the defense. They all bit on the run. And I was thinking, they've got to eventually use this play action, and here it is. Nice, easy pitch and catch. Nice, soft hands by number 19,
well, and
Jordan Lilo.
You said they need to be more dynamic. Right
they do,
there.
and it paid off, And so it's like, if you hand the ball off to Leo Bell 30, 40 times a game, yeah, he might have 100-plus yards rushing because you've given the ball so much. But eventually you're going to have to open up the playbook, which they did, and scored.
So Oceanside has turned it over twice. El Camino has capitalized once.
And you saw them throw the ball a couple times on that red zone trip before they scored. If you noticed that too, Jonathan.
Just trying to keep the defense on their toes, and it worked out there. So Zachary Ballo, the kicker here. He's also the punter. He plays a little defense. He has a couple of receptions and a touchdown. A true Swiss Army knife for the Wildcats. Pair back to return for the Pirates. He squibbed the first kick. This time it's going to go short and out of bounds. That's a free kick out of bounds. And it's going to be favorable field position right now for the Pirates.
More laundry on the field, Jonathan.
That's due to the free kick out of bounds.
It is. And Oceanside, it's near the end of the first quarter right now. Oceanside has yet to cross the 50-yard line with the football. El Camino is winning this field position battle.
They were close until Vidup coughed it up on the run attempts. Once they started to roll, they started their previous drive on their own 5, got it up near the 35 before Vidup fumbled the football. And here come the Pirates again, trailing now towards the end of this first quarter. Vidup in the shotgun. Quick handoff, Latuli through the middle and etches out a gain of 3.5.
They're running 11 personnel, which means 1 running back, 1 tight end, and he broke through the line, and if he could have just kept his feet there, he was so close.
Good block, by the way, right there by 71 on the left side.
Yeah, he did get tackled, actually, by number 4, Jake Williams. But he's a good runner. He has great vision. You can see how he stays low and makes cuts. He's going to be a great player for this Oceanside team.
Just a freshman. that's the thing. He looks more developed, higher wherewithal, better IQ than a lot of freshmen, especially in the running back game, right? We talk about some of the great underclassmen running backs in San Diego, and boy, you can put Eke Latuli up there with the best of them. 7-0 Wildcats strike first here as we head to the second quarter. You're watching Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Your View celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month, celebrating culture, celebrating diversity, celebrating influence, strength, and achievement. Join us as we share compelling stories about individuals with Hispanic or Latino heritage, renowned artists who embrace their heritage and inspire fans all over the world, athletes and coaches who lifted their sports to new heights and paved the way for future generations of athletes. Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with Your View.
Sometimes people create their own perceptions of what I can and can't do.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
It's my thing to feel. I don't want someone else to tell me how I should feel.
People made me have different views on it, but I learned my version of autism and I embraced that.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
It doesn't matter the disability that you have. You have to love it and you have to love yourself.
It took me a while to understand that I'm one of a kind.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have a passion.
I'm very proud to be myself.
Unique.
Lovable.
Awesome.
Kind.
It's who I am, sitting or standing.
Disability pride matters to me.
Say disability.
Say disability.
Say disability.
With pride.
With pride. Say disability.
With pride.
Back in the second quarter, it's an end around for David Daniels as he goes way backwards for a huge loss on the play. So it was a false start for Oceanside to open up the second quarter. And then Daniels gets set back near the 25 to the 26 as this El Camino defense continues to pick apart the run.
They love to get David Daniels out in space on fly sweeps. We've seen it a lot previously in their games this year. El Camino had that sniffed out. Great job by the coaching staff getting these guys prepared.
So it's going to be 3rd and 18 now. The Pirates haven't really found their rhythm offensively. 2 turnovers on 2 possessions, in danger of going 3 and out. Vinnup's looking to throw. Defense coming. Vinnup veering out of the way. Has some space. Vinnup tiptoeing the sideline. Extends. Did he get there? Oh, right on the line to gain a first down for the Pirates on an 18-yard run by the shifty quarterback, Joseph Vinnup.
You really could see Vinnup's athleticism on that play. Great juke on the left side, running up the sideline. And that was a great job by Oceanside. They have been not great on third down the last 3 games. Only 35% conversion of third down. That was a big third down pickup for them on this drive.
Almost got to him. The line held just enough to get him some space to break away.
Easy Tokyo coming in the game on offense.
The University of San Diego is proud to be celebrating its 75th anniversary. USD is now accepting applications. To learn more about USD, life is a Torero, and how they're leading with love and lighting the way forward, visit sandiego.edu/become a Torero. Here's a handoff to Latuli, who finds the gap before being taken down. A gain of 10 on the play. And now Oceanside starting to fuel that momentum that we've been talking about, Drew.
They are a really big running team, and you can see they pulled a couple guys, lead blocking out in front. Easy Tokyo also out there blocking. They love to get their big boys in front, let their playmakers and ball carriers make plays, and we just saw it right there.
1st and 10 from the 45, finally in opponent territory for the Pirates. A team that won 49-12 last week against Escondido. Also blew out Westview the week prior, 33-10. On the move, S.J. Pumele. Hand it off to Latuli, and he gets out to the 40 for a gain of 5.
A great pickup there by Latuli. They love handing him the ball, creating momentum on offense, gaining positive yardage. You can tell he's a tough kid.
Made two men miss.
He did, and he's a young kid. He's only 14 years old, maybe 15 as a freshman. He's getting some valuable experience tonight.
If you're the freshman coach on Oceanside, you're praying that maybe he comes down to the freshman team. Get you a couple of wins. Oh, defense may have jumped, yeah.
You won't see Latuli playing freshman ball anytime soon.
By the way, Ollie Latuli on the defensive end is the one who's called for the encroachment penalty. And that's going to be a first down here at the 35.
Can we have somebody check if they're related at all, or no? Maybe cousins, or
both really good football players. Nearing 3 minutes into the second quarter. Oceanside finally threatening a little bit. Finup looking to pass. It's a screen pass to Latuli. Not utilizing the wide side of the field. He gets blown up pretty quickly. Gain of nothing on it. Tackler was Anthony Sega, the junior.
Anthony Sega has been making a lot of plays here tonight. They fake the screen out to the left, throw it to the right. It's a great job knifing in there, making the play and stopping the bleeding.
2nd and 10. El Camino has also been blowing out opponents. Last week against a Mount Carmel team who was without really their starting quarterback. They weren't tested until that fourth quarter where they broke away. Defense held quite nicely, though. Vinup up the middle, has a man, and it's caught up high by S.J. Pumele, who finds some space down the sideline and pushes it inside the 15.
What a grab by Pumele on that catch. You can see here, Vinup steps up in the pocket, touch high, but no problem. Should have been tackled there. Breaks a few tackles, lost the football, fumbled out of bounds, so the Pirates maintain possession.
Just his second reception of the season. His previous one was a touchdown for 2 yards. Getting in early here for the Pirates offensively. 1st and 10 from the 16.
Another freshman making a play for Oceanside.
It's about depth, and this team has plenty of it. On the move is David Daniels. Handoff up the middle. Latuli chugs and gets taken down just shy of the 10-yard line. Ollie Latuli is on the tackle.
Yeah, they're feeding these running backs the ball tonight. They're playing smash mouth football, Jonathan. Bringing over a tight end across the formation and make a block. Running up the middle. Just some tough yardage.
These Oceanside runners, they run hard, and that's what makes it so difficult to stop them. As Latuli lines up, Vinup under center. Second and 5, and Tokyo playing a little offense on the right side. Daniels on the move. Play action. It's actually a reverse to easy Tokyo, who dodges one would-be tackler before getting maybe a yard out of it.
You got to see his athleticism on display right there. Could have been a decent loss, or tackle for loss, for the Wildcats. Got him in reverse. Great stiff arm and spin move just to make something out of nothing.
A dynamic athlete. He's going to play a little basketball this year, too. I was informed. Doesn't need a practice. He's just going to show up, and Oceanside's going to play him.
That's a nice luxury.
Certainly could use his athleticism. Before you know it, he's going to be playing baseball. 3rd and 5. Vinup looking towards the end zone. Flushed out right. Heaves one to the back. Daniels in the area, and it is incomplete. Stellar coverage by Adam Hinkie.
Just couldn't quite connect on that pitch and catch there. But again, you can see the athleticism of Joseph Vinup rolling to his right. Looks to his right. Doesn't love what he sees. He's really good at throwing on the run, but Daniels just couldn't come down with it.
4th and 5. What do you think here, Drew? They're going for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're really aggressive, this is 2-down territory, but I think you stick with what's working for you right now. Just run the football.
They have Goodwin as the lone receiver to the right. It's a fake. Vinup looking to throw. Has easy Tokyo, who barrels his way into the end zone. Easy Tokyo punches it in, and Oceanside a PAT away from tying this thing up.
I absolutely love that play call. You go play action towards the field, get your best athlete in space. Great pitch and catch, and Easy Tokyo does the rest and barrels into the end zone.
He's the 46th ranked linebacker in the nation. He's got to be put up there on the running back charts as well after that run.
Or the tight end charts.
All of the charts. Give him everything. PAT is up and good, and we are tied 7-7 here, nearing the halfway point of the second quarter. We'll step aside. You're watching Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Did you know 1/4 of all school bus injuries happen during boarding and exiting? Teach your kids to follow safety rules. And drivers, always stop for those flashing school bus lights. Let's all make school bus safety a priority.
At Procopio, we believe in giving back to our community. We honor that commitment by supporting more than 200 nonprofit, educational, trade, and cultural organizations throughout the region. Procopio, we're a law firm committed to our clients and our community.
The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the heart and character displayed, and the brotherhood forged on the field. One play can shift the momentum. This is more than a game. It's Game Time High School football.
Brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't created overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare. Champions for you.
It's Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health. 7-7. El Camino scored, Oceanside responded, and 7,000 fans in attendance, all on their feet. You can hear the cowbells, a signature here at Carroll Stadium, raining through as Oceanside looks to kick it off. The way the stadium is moving, probably on the Richter scale somewhere, as that ball goes into the end zone for a touchback.
It's got to be.
You doing okay? You need a Dramamine? You get motion sickness?
This pirate ship's really rocking here tonight, Jonathan, let me tell you.
I'm throwing the flag for dad joke. Except I make plenty of them, to the point where our director was shaking his head at me before the game. All right, 1st and 10 from the 20 for the El Camino offense. Shout out to Randall, our extraordinary head of everything. And it is going to be Gavin Wasserman back out there for El Camino's third drive. They couldn't capitalize on their first one, scored on the second one. Wasserman looking to throw here. Far side has a man, and it's going to be a pass interference after Jathan Bajarano couldn't reel it in. Out in coverage was Trehan Weaver.
I agree with that call. He got there early. Ball was slightly underthrown, and Trehan Weaver had some incidental contact.
So this ball is going to be pushed forward into a nice El Camino spot. It's a good throw, and actually it almost looks catchable, but yeah, you see the contact right there. You got to wonder, had that contact not been made, maybe Bejarano does reel it in.
He never got his head around. That was the biggest key.
So 15 yards, 1st and 10 from the 35. Here comes Leo Bell, who gets upstaged after a gain of 2 on the play. My goodness, what a hit.
Well, these Pirates are coming out to tackle tonight. Their run defense has been stellar.
Yeah, that was Esias Juarez on the tackle.
Yeah, Juarez, he's been a great player for them tonight. Getting low, wrapping up.
He actually tackled his own guy. It just so happened that Bell was the other one in the area. Nakai Felatoy feeling the friendly fire right there. 2nd and 8. Wasserman to throw. Pass incomplete right through the arms of Blake Corteza. There's a couple of receptions so far tonight. And you got to make that catch if you're a wide receiver.
You really do. I mean, it's a zone beater. You just go across the middle, settle in that zone. It's a great read by the quarterback, just couldn't connect.
So 3rd and 8 now. Crowd's into it. They are rocking the boat. Wasserman dumps it down, incomplete again. That was Blake Sega, the previous starting quarterback for this team, and the man with the passing touchdown, who was the intended target. Sort of a Taysom Hill style player. And Oceanside gets the stop.
Well, both of these receivers for the Wildcats, these last 2 plays, are hearing footsteps, Jonathan, and they hear those Pirates coming, and they're getting nervous.
You better get to running. Now, Wildcats, they do run pretty fast. But you got to run with the football in that situation. Here comes the punt. Fair caught, called, and then let drop. And it hits the back of a Pirate. I think it's El Camino football. It is. A huge mistake by the Pirates. It hit off the back of a Oceanside player, and Vince Mendez jumps on it. So the fair catch was called. It wasn't caught. It took a bounce, and right off the helmet of Kendall Jones, who was not paying attention to the play. And El Camino returns the punt, or I guess receives the punt, and gets possession back on the Oceanside 31-yard line.
Yeah, Micah Falatowi there. Looks like he lost the ball in the lights or something, but he did not catch the football, allowed for the ball to bounce. They're having a nice little chat with him. It looks like actually David Daniels might be returning punts from now on.
That was the 3rd turnover for Oceanside here tonight. 2 fumbles and an interception. Blake Wasserman now gets the lead, the charge. This time it's a handoff to the backup as Blake Sega gets a couple of yards out of it. So this kid is literally, actually this is number 40, my mistake. That's Kingston Fa'atili. His 11th rush of the season, a senior playing a little fullback.
Big, strong kid. Try to change the pace from Leo Ball, give him a rest. But they love to play smash mouth football, Jonathan, and run right at you.
2nd and 9 after a gain of 1 for Fa'atili. Wasserman does have 2, trying to make it 3 completions tonight, and that one over everybody's head.
Yeah, try to go play action there. They love doing that play action. Couldn't quite connect on that pass play, but you can really see the arm talent of Gavin here tonight. He has good command of the offense. It's his first time getting play calls in and out on the varsity level here on the road in a hostile environment. He's doing a good job here tonight.
He was in the San Marcos system. Makahele came back. Wasserman clearly feels like he's a starter. El Camino happy to take him. And now he's sitting on 3rd and 9. Evading the pressure, plenty of space. Wasserman into the end zone for a touchdown. Got there faster than Drew Ferris's NFL career. A 31-yard touchdown run for the junior quarterback.
And that's taking what the defense gives you, not forcing a bad throw. They get burned on the blitz here, Oceanside does. There's just nobody left in the middle of the field to run with him. And he takes advantage of a soft Oceanside defense in that middle of the field, like I mentioned. Just takes off. See the wheels and athleticism for the touchdown.
Yeah, this kid's fast, my goodness. And what a luxury. The first time here tonight we've been able to see just how quick he can be out of the pocket. And we'll see if the Wildcats elect, and they will, to kick that PAT. Every now and again you see teams do this and go for 2. But it's not a constant. Zachary Ballo to do the PAT honors. 14-7, El Camino leads after the 31-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Blake Wasserman. We will return in a moment. 4:54 to go in the second quarter. It's Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health.
The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the heart and character displayed, and the brotherhood forged on the field. One play can shift the momentum. This is more than a game. It's Game Time High School Football.
Brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't created overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare. Champions for you.
If you're having trouble breathing, if you're having a lot of sinus infections, if your nose is dripping like a faucet, I can help you breathe easy. I'm Dr. Shaw, Palomar Health ear, nose, and throat surgeon. In less than an hour, we'll unplug that nose that's been so congested without an invasive surgery. It's painless. And by the next day, you're going to be breathing much easier. Contact us. I'll help you breathe easy.
31-yard touchdown run on third down for the junior quarterback puts El Camino up by a touchdown. Oceanside will receive the second half kickoff. Something to keep in mind here through the final 5 minutes of this second quarter. How important, Drew, is clock management for the Pirates here on offense?
Very important, because the Oceanside offense, as explosive as they are, tonight they've been making gains really off big chunks of run plays. 5 to 6 yards here and there, so they haven't really had a huge explosive plays and can't score at will.
Ironically, the Oceanside defense has been playing spectacularly. It's 3 turnovers, but 2 of them that have resulted into touchdowns for El Camino. More on that in a moment. The kick is returned by S.J. Pumele, who has some space across the sideline, across the 40, to the 50. Pumele near the 45. And through an entourage, gets finally taken down near the 30. What a return by S.J. Pumele.
S.J. Pumele, the freshman, one of the key freshman players for this Oceanside team, takes the kickoff. Great vision, goes up the sideline, waits for his blocks to develop. And you can see how he high steps, makes him move, makes a couple guys miss, stays in bounds. Very impressive run by S.J. Pumele. Oh, it's coming back.
And there was a flag on the play. It's going to be holding on the offense. An absolute killer on a play like that.
Yeah, that really deflates you as a unit, but we still got to see the athleticism of S.J. Pumele on that run.
Right, as a fan of the athletes, it's great for us, but if you're on that football field and you're wearing green, you're shaking your head. Here comes Vinup. And initially a handoff, bouncing off one before picking up a gain of 1 here for Neke Latuli, another carry for him.
Yeah, they're going to feed him the football tonight. He's having a great night so far. A little bit of a conservative play call. And again, you don't have to abandon your game plan tonight. You're only down 1 score here at home.
And we talk about clock management. This is the motive right now for Oceanside's offense. Move the ball, but don't do it too quickly. Play action for Vinup. Had space, heaves one downfield, and there's the pass interference call. Makai Felatoi was the intended receiver, and the entire Oceanside brass in front of us heaving their arms in frustration prior to the flag being thrown. So this will go for 15.
You know, Jonathan, unless these fans are seeing something I'm not, I did not see pass interference. Maybe let's watch it here again.
Caden Coleman also didn't see pass interference. He never turned his head.
Yeah, okay, I can see it now. From my angle up here on the west side.
And remember, in high school, there's no such thing as an uncatchable pass. If there's contact, there's contact. Latuli gets no gain on the play, actually maybe even loses a yard. Oceanside has San Pasqual next week. El Camino opens up Avocado League play at Torrey Pines. This is game number 2 of the 3-game road trip. After making the trip down to Mount Carmel last week, head down to Torrey Pines next week for hosting LCC. 2nd and 11. End up immediately trying to evade pressure. Lines one incomplete. David Daniels was the intended receiver. And the main cover guy for El Camino is Micah Sega. And Vinup just does not look comfortable in the pocket. Actually, he's not even staying in the pocket. That's how uncomfortable he looks.
Yeah, he's rolling out. He's kind of running away from a lot of Wildcat defenders. The way to throw that ball away and just not turn the ball over, live to fight another down.
Saw Jake Williams out there as well. Leads the team with 51 tackles. He had 115 tackles last year for El Camino defensively. It's going to be 3rd and 11. Last thing Oceanside wants to do is go 3 and out. Give El Camino another opportunity for a score before the half. Daniels on the move. End up with time. Electing to run it for a moment. Unleashes it, and it's intercepted again. The second pick thrown by Joseph Vinup. Anthony Sega is on the receiving side of it. And that is the 4th turnover for the Pirates in this first half.
He has been all over the field tonight, but if you're the Oceanside Pirates, you don't love to see this. You see him scrambling. That's what he's great at doing. And I don't know what exactly he was seeing, but maybe he thought his receiver was going to run a certain direction, wasn't quite on the same page, and Anthony Sega makes him pay.
So the second interception thrown. Vinup only had 1 interception coming into the game on the season. He has a fumble. The Pirates fumbled a ball on a punt return. And Vinup throws another interception. 14-7, 3:21 to go. Blake Wasserman and Leo Bell back out there. And it's a little out route to Bell in the flat. Lowering the shoulder and getting a gain of 4, maybe 5 out of it.
That's the first time they've thrown the ball to him tonight, I believe. Getting him out in the flat. They love to utilize him in different ways. Obviously, we've only seen him get the ball in handoffs tonight, but they love to get him out in the flat, swing passes, screen plays. We should see more of that tonight.
El Camino A-OK with letting that clock run down. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Bell again. And this time, a trio of Pirates greet him after a gain of 2, but into enemy territory march the Wildcats.
Yeah, Tokyo all over the field tonight for the Pirates. He's had a great game thus far. Scoring a touchdown on offense, being all over the place on defense. We can see why he's getting a lot of attention at the next level.
Pirates are not rewarding his efforts, though, with all these turnovers. And just handing El Camino opportunities, of which the Wildcats have taken advantage of twice. Trying to make it a 3rd. And again, this time on the defensive side, we're going to see encroachment. 2nd of that call for the Pirates here tonight. So penalties and turnovers, Drew. The story here in the first half for Oceanside.
Yeah, when we spoke to Coach Fale before the game for Oceanside, he talked about penalties and tackling, and they've just been beating themselves tonight. With not tackling, they've been tackling great tonight, but penalties and turnovers have really hurt them.
Wasserman into space. Running out of it quickly, and he gets lit up, loses the football. It's a fumble, and Oceanside thinks they have it. It is Pirates football. Wasserman got lit up, and the beneficiary was Timothy Faasa. And we're going to see a penalty here on the Oceanside sideline after the play. So that'll be 15 yards after the fumble was recovered. Wasserman ran out of space. And that was a forced fumble by Easy Tokyo.
Easy Tokyo, backside pursuit, never gave up on the play. Huge hit on the quarterback, forcing the fumble. Big play for the Pirates.
And actually, it's a sideline warning. So no flag on the play and a sigh of relief from Oceanside. So Easy Tokyo with the forced fumble, and Timothy Faasa, the senior, with the fumble recovery. And I'll tell you what, for all of the hiccups, this Oceanside defense has been playing fantastically here tonight.
They really have. They've been tackling great. You know, they've had some turnovers on offense, which has kind of jeopardized their field position. But the defense for Oceanside has really come out to play tonight.
Nekela Tully, the running back. Joseph Vinup, 2 interceptions and a fumble tonight, back in the shotgun. It's his first full season as the varsity quarterback. He was a slot receiver a year ago. Pressure coming, unleashes one downfield, and it's intercepted again. The 3rd interception thrown by Joseph Vinup here tonight. And it's tracked down by Caden Coleman, who comes up a bit shaken.
Yeah, Vinup, I know he's trying to make a play. He sets his feet in the pocket, knows he's going to take a hit. And he just underthrows this football. It's a can of corn back there for Caden Coleman.
And a bit chippy between him and Aiden Goodwin, the intended receiver. But again, El Camino, 3 interceptions in the first half, Drew. You have to wonder if they change up the game plan and keep things pretty short in the second half.
When they have kept the ball on the ground tonight, running the ball with those freshman running backs that we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they've had a lot of success. Obviously, a couple minutes before half, they're trying to get explosive plays, and they've done it throughout the first 5 games of the season, so we know they can do it, but they've had more success running the football.
Wasserman hands it off to Bell, who tries to carry the pile with him for a gain of 5 on the play. Tackle made by Hezekiah Wells, the junior defensive lineman.
I think El Camino will be happy going into half up 14-7 on the road in a big rivalry game.
The Pirates are lucky. It's funny you say that. I disagree. I think El Camino's frustrated because they should have more. I mean, it's 5 turnovers in this first half.
Well, yeah, Oceanside should have 4
turnovers.
Oceanside should have more points.
No, 5 turnovers.
Yeah, but
math is hard.
You're saying Oceanside should have more, not El Camino, right?
No, El Camino should have more points based on the fact that Oceanside's turned over the ball 5 times.
It's true.
They'll only come away with 2 touchdowns.
I understand.
That's got to be frustrating. Here's Bell breaking loose, veering right, fumbles the football. And it's Oceanside once again. Well, it is Fumble City here tonight as the hit from behind forces the ball loose. And on the hit for Oceanside was Isaias Juarez.
You could tell the way Leo Ball is carrying the football. It was like a loaf of bread out there, Jonathan. It was not high and tight, not close to his body. Seemed to be very loose. It gave that opportunity for Oceanside to knock it away.
So Oceanside now with an opportunity. 58 seconds to go in the half. They've turned it over 5 times. They forced a couple by the Wildcats. Vinup's in the shotgun. Latuli is his running back. Vinup with a quick pitch, no catch though. Intended for Kimani Nua.
Yeah, they're going to try to get him involved in the ball game. He's a lengthy receiver, really athletic. He can make some plays. Hasn't been a vocal point of this offense thus far. But I think we might see him more in the second half.
Neither of these teams really field a true kicker. So this is probably 4-down territory for Oceanside. Latuli in space out to the right, out across the 25. He's finally pushed out at the 23 as bodies fly all over the place. It was Anthony Sega en route to the stop. It's a gain of 8, maybe 9. And it does stop the clock as well for Oceanside.
Yeah, you can see Latuli's vision and athleticism, high-stepping a would-be tackler. Could have been called for illegal hands to the face there.
That's a tough one, though. You can't call a running back for that.
Well, you can. You call it on offensive linemen in the NFL all day. Illegal hands to the face.
That's a freshman in high school should be allowed to get away with that, in my opinion.
You know what? It's a stiff arm. You're technically allowed to do it. As long as you don't grab and twist the face mask, you can stiff arm, and that's what we saw there.
So it's going to be 3rd and 2 here, out near the 20. And we'll see if they go to Latuli again, who's been productive out of the backfield. No, Vinup looking to throw. Finally some time, looking to the end zone, and it's incomplete right off the fingertips of Nua.
Yeah, I knew it was that receiver that we talked about a few plays ago, long, lengthy receiver. That was a great throw. It was a great route, but the defender getting there right in time, perfectly timed defensive play, right when the ball gets there.
Yeah, Micah Sega in coverage.
Great job by Sega in coverage. And the Sega boys are having a great night tonight.
Yeah, this is quite a night if your last name is Sega and you're wearing white and gold. So a field goal attempt coming out here for Oceanside. Yeah, 40 yards. Kick is up, plenty of length to it, and it's good. A gorgeous 40-yard field goal.
Kristen Sanchez with the kick. Big-time kick here at home in this rivalry game, putting points on the board, not letting that drive go to waste, and that turnover they just created go to waste.
And it keeps this ball game in a one-possession deficit for the Pirates. A team with 5. Boy, if you think that a team in the first half is only down by 4 after turning over the ball 5 times, you probably think I was telling you a fable. But nope, that's what a rivalry like this brings. It brings a little bit of everything, and that's exactly what we've seen so far tonight.
Truly, and this defense has kept these Pirates in the game, only allowing a couple scores to a highly versatile offense.
So we'll see if El Camino with 2 timeouts will try to respond. It's a team that has unleashed Wasserman's arm a few times offensively, but really is riding the running back Leo Bell and also the legs of Wasserman, who carried the ball for a 31-yard touchdown earlier. And this one is returnable. Out near the 10. Danger coming. Good block. Veering out to the right. Spinning, twirling, falling is Caden Coleman. And he gets 21 out of it. And some extracurriculars again. Remember, this game last year was marred by flags and high emotions towards the end. Officials trying to do their best to make sure that that doesn't happen again this year.
Yeah, Caden Coleman, great athletic play there, getting positive yardage on that return. Could have been a lot worse.
And if you're El Camino, what's the strategy here, Drew, through the final 27 seconds? Do you take
question.
one shot maybe and try to set yourself up? Or
I don't think so. You know, there's been a lot of turnovers in this half. I think you'll be happy to go up with the lead at halftime. But it looks like they're going to spread these receivers out and try to run a few plays.
You throw all caution to the wind when it's El Camino versus Oceanside. Coach Michael Hobbs and company may be doing just that. Wasserman to Bell. No, Wasserman keeps. Fooled me on the RPO. And look at the speed again from Wasserman. Out near the 40 is where he's finally pushed out. The junior quarterback with the big gain on the play. We'll call it 23.
I love that play call. Everyone's expecting Leo Ball to get the ball.
I was too.
Wasserman pulls it, gets outside, and he gets out of bounds. That's the really big thing right there. Getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. It's a great job by the Wildcats.
21 seconds to go. Killed about 12 seconds of game time. Blake Wasserman has been expertly leading this offense. That is a missed snap. Wasserman has to keep it. And into space he roams again. Bouncing off of Pirates before being taken down across the 40. It was a botched play that turns into a gain here for the Wildcats.
It looked like a miscommunication.
Well, I don't think he was ready for the it was a bad snap.
You're right. The snap went far left. Wasserman just made something out of nothing there. And the Pirates just weren't ready either. It's a great job by Wasserman capitalizing.
So 2 big runs for Wasserman. One that goes for 23 and another one for 21. So 44 yards on 2 runs. And now if you're the Wildcats, with 11 seconds, you know this kid has an arm. Maybe you unleash it for maybe one play.
Definitely. Take a shot down the field.
I'm getting looks in the press box like that's not a good idea.
You know, I'm kind of stumped myself, Jonathan, as to what they're going to do. We've seen them take advantage of these last 2 plays, crossing midfield. They're definitely going to take a shot. It's just who is going to be the one to get the football.
Right.
I think that's really the main question.
Well, with the way that this game has gone, odds are it's the defense that comes down with it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me anymore, Jonathan.
The junior quarterback in the shotgun. He has Leo Bell to his right. Wasserman looking to throw. Goes to Bell down the sideline. It's incomplete, a little underthrown to the star running back.
You know, if that ball could have connected, Leo Bell had a lot of space in front of him.
Yeah, Leo Bell has the wheels and the wherewithal to try and evade the defense, but you got to get him the ball first.
Could have called holding against El Camino. Easy Tokyo was screaming off the edge there.
Easy Tokyo owns the lone touchdown for the Pirates in the first half. Wasserman has a touchdown. So does Blake Certeza. Wasserman looking to throw. Pocket collapses, and he throws it away. You got to wonder if that's intentional grounding. The flag comes out, and it is.
They were looking for Leo Bell there in the flat.
Was it an intended screen pass? Was that the idea? Because the pocket closed real quick.
Not necessarily a screen. It's a quick game. So they get him out in the flat, get him vertical across the line of scrimmage. But Oceanside had that play covered. They just ran the same play as they did last play.
And here's the intentional grounding call. Not out of the pocket. No wide receiver in the area. Loss of down and 15 yards. And with 1 second to go here in the half,
I don't think they're taking a knee, Jonathan. They're huddling up here, being aggressive.
Maybe that's what they want you to think. Here's another look at it. Great job by the Oceanside defensive line.
And for those of you who don't know, intentional grounding, if you're throwing the ball within the pocket and there's not a receiver around to catch it, it is a penalty. It's a loss of down and 15 yards.
Yeah, it is one of the more disastrous offensive plays that
next
an offense,
to a turnover.
Yeah, right. That an offense can run into. Maybe an illegal pass downfield or an offensive pass interference. Wasserman's alone. They're going to throw this one with 1 second to go. Into halftime, Wasserman trying to break loose and does. Wasserman to the 40, and he's going to be taken down here out at the 37, and that'll do it here for the first half.
Anthony Flats with a tackle.
Boy, 5 turnovers for the Pirates, 2 turnovers for the Wildcats. The score is 14-10 at halftime. Both defenses came to play. Blake Wasserman with some huge runs. And Oceanside's defense has really stepped up to keep them in this one, Drew. It has been a wild first 24 minutes of action.
It really has. Close game. It's fun to watch. But the turnovers on both teams have got to be killing these coaching staffs. But I think we're just starting to see some of these offenses open up. We're going to have a fun second half.
The officials are trying to clear the sideline. And we will step aside. It's halftime here between El Camino and Oceanside. 14-10. It's the Wildcats with that 4-point lead. You're watching Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health.
On Locally 101, we highlight the best that California has to offer. Join us for the adventure. Meet interesting people. Discover new places to visit and things to do. All on Locally 101. Brought to you by La Mesa Rehab. Helping people breathe better to live longer and stronger.
San Diego is a special place, and Sequan takes tremendous pride in working with so many across the region to help build a stronger community. From high-profile partners and vital organizations who always extend a helping hand to key civic groups that enrich our lives, Sequan supports all aspects of the community and proudly partners with so many important organizations and landmark institutions. Because if it's important to San Diegans, it's important to Sequan.
us with so much pride and honor that you bring excellence every single day. Thank you for all that you do, Miss Hextine.
I wouldn't be able to be here without such a supportive team. And I want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you, much gratitude and reciprocity. Thank you so much.
All right, let's hear it from Miss Hextine, Teacher of the Year.
14-10 here at halftime between El Camino and Oceanside. It's the battle for the city. A first half that saw 7 total turnovers, 5 by Oceanside. Education lays the foundation for progress, and teachers are the brilliant minds designing our future. They ignite curiosity, mentor, and empower students to aim high and realize their dreams. Cox Salute to Teachers celebrates the 2024-2025 San Diego County Teachers of the Year. One of the 5 teachers selected this year is Kristen Laprelle, who teaches mathematics at Grossmont High School in Grossmont Unified High School District. Kristen is driven by her love of mathematics and a desire to make learning a joyful experience.
Hi, I'm Kristen Loprell, and I'm a mathematics teacher teaching AP Calculus this year at Grossmont High School.
You are one of our 5 county teachers of the year.
That's incredible. Thank you. I became a teacher because I absolutely loved studying mathematics in college, and I realized I loved explaining the mathematics I had discovered in the lab more than I did discovering in the lab.
She has this magnetic joy about her that students instantly feel safe. They feel connected to her.
4 visitors. At time equals 25 minutes. That's real. Like when we were.
And she's taken the lead in helping each professional development community change how they do things. Take a look at how they're doing things. Take a look at grading and matching their partners.
Around, I think it was 2018, 2019, my colleagues actually approached my administrator and said, Kristen works amazingly in creating some great curriculum. We'd like for her to have a release period to work to make all of our classes better by designing this more interactive and more usable curriculum that would not feel so dry and cut for students. And so my afternoons, I get to observe other teachers, plan with them, co-teach with them, and really encourage those that were just hired or who have been in the profession that want to learn to become great in their own right. I feel like I get to have a greater impact in that coaching role.
All I did was I subbed dy/dt for y prime, just another way to write derivative, yeah? Yeah.
She brings all of that passion, that humor, that joy to math. And so students walk in and a subject that is normally boring or scary is now suddenly really fun.
Saturday before our AP test, she took her entire day, proctored a full-length AP exam for every single student in her AP calculus classes. And that, honestly, because I get really stressed out about tests, so having that opportunity made me way less stressed out, and it just showed me how much she cared. And she bought us pizza afterwards.
She'll make a joke about a certain topic. The jokes are like puns relating to calculus. So we had a t-shirt this year, and on the front of it, it said, "Don't drink and derive." And we all wore it to the AP test. So we felt like that included like ready because we were all there together.
And it means the world, and the work we do is so important that any kid knows they can do calculus. And they can, and y'all succeeded in it, even though when you didn't know you could. Thank you all so much. Amazing. Thank you.
Good morning, CPL.
Cable Pipe and Leak Detection has been in business since 1976. We locate underground utilities and water leaks. We work with homeowners, we work with businesses, we work with architects, contractors, electricians, plumbers.
I've been working for this company for 16 years. You know, it's a family-owned company, which means a lot because the owners, they care about the employees.
As we've grown, you become more thankful, I think, for what you've got, and I think we're now in that process where we want to give back a little bit more.
It's important to work for a company that volunteers their time to the community and different services. Not only do you get to go to work, but you get to help out people.
Their core values really mirror institutions like the Boys and Girls Club do and provide for the community. And they do it with an open heart. And they do what they do with very little recognition.
We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need. Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit, and we're able to do the work that we do because of you, the community.
Brought to you by Honor Buick GMC in National City. Honor is more than just a word. It's the way we do business.
Many veterans suffer from respiratory conditions like COPD, asthma, and other lung conditions, which may worsen after discharge. At La Mesa Rehab, our specialized pulmonary rehab with cutting-edge treatments helps you reclaim an active, independent life. Get the care you deserve with quick appointments, compassionate staff, and dedicated support for veterans. La Mesa Rehab is part of the Veterans Community Care Network. Ask your doctor about La Mesa Rehab today.
Construction, remodeling, or thinking about building an ADU, you're going to love our family, your home second story. You'll see many of the Murray Lampert design, build, remodel team in action, from design, build, and financing tips to project management. This fourth-generation, family-owned and operated San Diego company has been serving the community for almost 50 years. When you see some of their awesome ADUs, you'll know why. Right here on Your View, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m.
I have the distinct honor and privilege of announcing that you are one of our 5 county teachers of the year.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We appreciate you. You're an amazing teacher. This is a well-deserved award.
Thank you so much, Mr. Barnes. Thank you. That's amazing. This is really, really special. So thank you. And you're the reason I do this and why I'm still in the classroom and not, I know you do a great job, but like this is where I need to be with you all still. And it means the world, and the work we do is so important that any kid knows they can do calculus. Thank you all so much. Awesome. Amazing. Thank you. Yes.
On Locally 101, we highlight the best that California has to offer. Join us for the adventure. Meet interesting people. Discover new places to visit and things to do. All on Locally 101. Brought to you by Cable Pipe and Leak. Since 1976, the company contractors trust for underground leak detection and utility locating. Visit cpldetection.com.
Tell me the story again, Grandpa.
Okay, there was once a little girl who who was fearless. She protected the whole village, and she never backed down. She was my champion. And when she grew up, she joined a group of other heroes to protect the world. The world-class medical team at Palomar Health. Because they are the champions of healthcare.
Mommy!
And champions for you.
Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkin. It's 14-10 here at halftime between El Camino
Into
and
construction,
Oceanside.
remodeling, or thinking about
Sept. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkin. It's halftime here at Oceanside. 14-10. El Camino leads. 7 total turnovers in that first half, Drew, 5 of which came by the Pirates. But if you're El Camino, you got to be pretty upset yourself because you didn't capitalize on some of those turnovers. They also had 2 turnovers themselves. What's one thing both teams need to do here to clean it up in the second half?
You said it. El Camino did not capitalize on those turnovers, left a lot of points on the board, opportunities. For El Camino, they just need to get those explosive plays, open up the offense a little bit, take some shots downfield. And if for your Oceanside, you need to calm down a little bit, settle in this offense. You've turned the ball over 5 times. Just get the ball in the playmaker's hands and make a play.
If you like smash mouth, old school style football, this is the game for you, and we got plenty more of it. 24 minutes at least to go. Second half coming your way. It's Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health.
From New York City comes America's longest-running and most popular rugby show. The biggest names in Major League Rugby, MLR highlights, and big match previews. Rugby Wrap-Up presents MLR Weekly, made in New York City.
The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the heart and character displayed, and the brotherhood forged on the field. One play can shift the momentum. This is more than a game. It's Game Time High School football.
Brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't created overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare. Champions for you.
14-10, El Camino leads Oceanside here. The Oceanside Bowl, or the Battle for the City, or just a good old-fashioned rivalry game, what have you. But right now what we do know is the Oceanside band is about to play before us, and boy, this is one of the best halftime performances that you will see here in San Diego. 14-10, the Wildcats of El Camino lead the Pirates of Oceanside back here to get ready for the second half. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkind. The University of San Diego is proud to celebrate its 75th anniversary. USD is now accepting applications. To learn more about USD Life as a Torero and how they're leading with love and lighting the way forward, visit sandiego.edu/become a Torero, a gorgeous campus up on that hill in Linda Vista. Drew, it was a very interesting first half. If you like, nose to the grindstone football, this was the half of football for you. We only saw three total touchdowns, 2 for El Camino, 1 for Oceanside, scored by that man right there, Easy Tokyo, a guy who you wouldn't really expect to be utilized in a red zone opportunity, but he punched it in, and then Oceanside got a field goal, and here they are only down by 4. This is how El Camino was able to capitalize early, but not before a couple of difficult Leo Bell runs that got stopped by Easy Tokyo.
Yeah, great job by the Oceanside defense, and you see here Joseph Vinup throwing the ball, just a can of corn to the defender for El Camino.
That was the first throw of the game for Vinup. That went into Micah Sega. Here's Easy Tokyo blowing up the run for Leo Bell. And boy, is this kid fired up. He had to wait out the first 5 games due to the sit-down period after transferring from Saints. Vinup, this was the fumble. He took that big shot.
Yeah, and you saw the defender there, Zachary Ballo, get his helmet on the football.
And then this was Easy Tokyo, making it look oh so easy, getting into the end zone.
Great two-way player, having a coming out party tonight. First game of the season for Easy.
Already has 12 offers. Here was that punt that turned into a fumble after the helmet doink by an unaware Jaden Pulu.
Yeah, missed opportunities.
Wasserman, who we know has an arm, but showed off the wheels on the 31-yard touchdown run.
Great job getting in space, taking advantage.
And Vinup, the second of his 3 interceptions here tonight, did a great job avoiding a potential sack, but it does not matter after finding Anthony Sega on the defensive end. But Oceanside got it back pretty quickly after Tokyo forced a fumble by Wasserman that the Pirates were able to pick up. And then Vinup deep downfield, his third interception thrown, this time into the awaiting arms of Caden Coleman. And then Leo Bell fumbling the football his first time here tonight after it was forced out by Isias Juarez. And then the 40-yard field goal for Oceanside to cap off the first half and make it 14-10. If you're a coach trying to communicate to either of these teams, if you're Oceanside, you got to think the conversation is take care of the football and stop the flags.
It really is. I mean, protect the ball, control your emotions, get some momentum built on offense, and get the ball in these playmakers' hands. We've seen Oceanside hand the ball off to their freshman running backs, Latuli, Pomele, getting in space, but they have a bunch of other weapons that they have yet to take advantage of in the pass game. I think we're going to see that here in the second half.
Easy Tokyo striding off, continuing to show the poise and the posture for the transfer, just a sophomore.
I believe he's a junior.
By the way, our player to watch is brought to you by Easter Seals. Disability is not a dirty word. Say it, celebrate it, and share it. Help us define disability and share your story at disabilitypride.com. He is a junior, my mistake, but inciting fear into the eyes of opposition everywhere.
He really is, John. He's had a great night tonight.
You know,
high motor player.
Me of?
Who's that?
Defensively, Kayvon Thibodeau. A great Southern California player who had an amazing game last night on Thursday Night Football for the Giants defensively. I know they lost that game, but Tokyo really sort of has that high IQ and explosiveness of a Kayvon Thibodeau.
Didn't really play any tough competition in college, did he, Thibodeau?
KT? No, he was blowing out teams in Oregon. Previously at Oaks Christian High School up in Westlake Village. We are underway here in half number 2. SJ Pumele, who had a massive return back in the first half, takes it out across the 27-yard line. And Oceanside down by 4, despite 5 first-half turnovers, rather. They wish it were touchdowns. In decent field position to open up their first of the second half.
They're going to look to get this going on offense. Obviously, we mentioned the turnovers, but it'll be important for them to establish this drive on the opening drive of the second half.
1st and 10 from the 27. Vinup has 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles. He has a freshman running back in Neke Latuli who has been phenomenal in the first 24 minutes of action. And there is a stoppage of play. They're looking up in the stands. Drone. There's a drone flying around. Oceanside ATC got to shut that one down. It's hovering right over the field, and the officials and everybody involved a little frustrated.
No fly zone.
Unless you're a running back or the football. And it got to keep the field of play clear. And now it's even closer as it hovers out above the 50.
I can't see it, Jonathan.
It's pretty high up there.
It's over here somewhere.
And actually, it's...
No, he keeps pointing over here, though.
They're not going to resume play until the drone lands, or at least gets out of here. Now, if you see somebody holding a controller looking down, odds are they're the one flying the drone. Just a hint here to our audience. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm itching to get my pilot's license, but I'm not practicing during a football game. Okay, so I think at least for the time being, The invasion has been cleared, and we're ready to roll. 1st and 10 from the 25, 6 seconds in to half number 2. Joseph Vinup in the shotgun. On the move is Christian Williams. It's a handoff to Williams, who actually, check that. That's Latuli, who goes for a gain of 3 on the play, maybe 4.
Yeah, they like to motion a man across the formation just to get an idea of how the defense is playing them. But we're going to see Latuli with a steady dose of handoffs tonight. Try to cause some misdirection.
He actually just tripped over himself, had even more space clear of that A-gap.
This turf is pretty slippery here tonight.
Put in last year at Oceanside. They've seen massive renovations at John Carroll Stadium over the years. Drew was here back during the dirt field days. Thule gets the call again. Bouncing out right into space. Gets the first down and some change. Out across the 40.
Yeah, using ball fakes to get this defense guessing. Just finding a crease up the middle. Great job by Latuli. He starts going left. He counters back to the right. Great job by the offensive line. Sealing that backside. And the running back getting north and south.
El Camino and Oceanside have been playing since the early 80s. There's actually a lot that connects these two schools, most notably the legendary coach Herb Meyer, who has a combined record of 339 wins and 148 losses between these two schools. He actually coached against his friend John Carroll back in the 90s as Latuli gets it again for the 3rd straight time and breaks loose for a moment into opponent territory down at the 45.
Well, they're starting to get a little more dynamic on offense with their motions and their formations, but they are handing the ball off to this freshman Latuli. Great vision and patience over on the left side, waiting for his blockers to get set up. Just a great run by Latuli.
Coach Meyer was the first California coach to reach 300 wins. He won over 100 games between these two programs. He won 113 games at Oceanside, 226 games at El Camino, including 8 San Diego section championships. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's actually in 3 different Hall of Fames. And, of course, a really nice friendship with Coach John Carroll, who sparked a fiery rivalry with him when Carroll was here at Oceanside. They actually went 8-8 against each other, but the relationship had evolved. Coach Meyer passed away a couple of years ago. 1st and 10 from the 45. Latuli again. The defense was ready, and he gets stood up for a loss of 1.
They tried pulling, I believe, either the center of the guard or the guard and the tackle over to the left side, but they were not fooled. That was a great job by the linebacker there. Jake Williams bringing the boom.
Williams, the leading tackler on this team. 115 of them a season ago. 2nd and 11. Oceanside, a team that likes to play with pace, trying to be a little bit more methodical here on offense on this drive. Defense playing off on the receivers. Play action. That's David Daniels, who makes the grab but then loses a yard on the play. Tackle made by Sega.
Micah Sega came down from his safety position pre-snap. It was just a great job, whether he was coached or just had the intuition to get down in the box, sniff that screen game. See, they tried to get David Daniels out in space, and he was right there to make the play. Again, that play was made pre-snap.
8th reception of the season for Daniels, 172 yards now. 3rd and 12. Pocket collapsing around him, and Vinup gets stood up in the backfield. A sack on the play by Kingston Faleo. And Oceanside faithful here on our side of the field upset. It's going to be 4th and long.
That was great coverage in the backside. He just had nobody open. Safeties played deep. They did a little bit of a zone coverage, man coverage. It was kind of hard to tell from my end, but great job by El Camino disguising their look. Played great defense on the back end, forcing the sack.
This is the first Oceanside punt of the evening, because outside the touchdown, they turned over the ball every other time besides the field goal to end the first half. So a touchdown, a field goal, and then turnovers on every other drive, finally punting away the football. No return here. It's going to dribble out to the 10, taking an Oceanside roll out near the 5. Touchdown at the 6. So a really good punt despite a less than stellar snap. I'm sure Drew has some notes after the game on that one.
Well, good end result. Sometimes you can get away with a slightly high snap, but that was a great job by the punt team pinning that ball inside the 10.
But with the Oceanside defense playing as well as they have, I think you're pretty comfortable with this situation if you're the Oceanside coaching staff.
You're very happy to see the ball placed inside the 10-yard line, especially with this defense. But offensively, they had a nice drive, got the ball going on the run game. They just couldn't quite get anything going in the air. And they were trying to get David Daniels in space, but the defense did a great job sniffing that out.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 6. Heels to the end zone for the Wildcats. Handoff to Bell. He has a fumble tonight, greeted by the line after no gain on the play. And actually, they're going to give him a courtesy yard there after Hezekiah Wells takes him down.
I don't know if they figured it out yet, but running up the middle against this Oceanside defense has not panned out very well most of the time. But they're going to keep trying, and again, they're smash mouth football. That's how they're built. Most
of the damage has been done on the ground by Gavin Wasserman. Here's Bell, who's able to push the line for a smaller gain on the play. Or a larger gain, but still short yardage. Just going to be 3rd and about 5.
Yeah, they just pull the guard and tackle, get the fullback leading up there.
Still caught up to by Tokyo. 3rd and 3.
Traditional smash mouth football for El Camino. Got a 3rd and manageable here.
Here's that 3-2 you've been talking about. And a little trickery as it's handed off out on the wide side. Lowering the shoulder is Zachary Ballo. And he's going to be stopped about a yard short. 4th and 1 on the Oceanside 19. How aggressive do you want to be if you're this coaching staff? And I don't think they're going to be that aggressive, as the punt team will come out.
I'd punt this ball too, Jonathan. It's just not worth risking on the road. You're only up 1 possession, deep in your own territory. Great opportunity for Oceanside to make a play.
Micah Felatoy back to return near the 45. This is a high punt, not very far. Fair catch is called. I don't think he touched it. And it'll be down shy of the 50 at the 49. A big sigh of relief right there by the Oceanside faithful. El Camino praying that maybe his fingernails were long enough to skin it.
I thought his fingernails touched it, but maybe hard to tell up here.
I mean, that was a little bit of disruption right there by Micah Sega. He got awfully close.
You didn't see the ball move so much when the ball hit the ball hit the ground and bounced, but you didn't see the trajectory change so much, so maybe that's why they didn't call it, but that was awfully close.
So it's going to be
Oceanside.
1st and 10 from the 46. Daniels in the slot, 4 wide, pistol formation for Joseph Vinup. The defense got the job done for Oceanside. Still searching for the end zone, though. Here's Latuli right through the middle. Gets a gain of 4.
Latuli again with the handoff. They're really trusting him to take a bulk of the carries here tonight. Really tough kid. Bring Daniels across in motion to make a block. This is a hard-fought football game. 2nd and manageable here for the Pirates.
Lions to gain at the 36. 2nd and 7. Single back, man on the move is S.J. Pumele. They hand it off to Latuli. Immediately greeted by a pair of Wildcats after a gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Jake Williams on the tackle.
You got to believe at some point you're in that fringe point of the field. A little too far for a field goal, a little close for a punt. This may be 4-down territory. Got to think play action, maybe a screen game.
Get a little creative. We've seen all downfield throws either miss or go for an interception from Vinup so far tonight. They've kept everything short after. In the shotgun, though, on 3rd and 6. Looking to throw up the middle, and instead off for David Daniels, who breaks loose out across the 30 to the 25.
David Daniels with a nice explosive play up the field. First catch of the evening for Daniels. Running a crossing route over the formation. It's a great job by the quarterback, Vinup, just targeting his man, getting north and south, making a play.
Anthony Sega wrapped him up, but Daniels able to find the space and connect with his quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 25. Latuli, the running back. On the move is Fetaloy. And it's a reverse that goes right to him. And he is eventually tackled out near that 1st down marker. Micah Falatoy with a nice play after the reverse.
What an interesting play call. Almost double reverse pass back. Screen. Very interesting play call for the Pirates. Worked out in their benefit. That's that dynamic offense we've talked about. Wondering where that is. Pound on the ground, pound on the ground. Now they've opened up the playbook a little bit.
9th reception of the season. 2nd and 1. Daniels on the move. Hand off Latuli. Bouncing up through the middle. Gets the 1st down, but not much more. And sets it up for a 1st and 10 from the 19.
You saw Vinup these last couple plays. You have crossing route to Daniels. You see a little pass back to Micah Falatoy. These are confidence-boosting type of throws. Getting him to settle into this game. Those interceptions are in the past. Get him some confidence as he moves forward with this drive.
Oceanside searching for its first win against El Camino since 2018. In that time span, they've been outscored by 113 points in all 4 of those losses. Searching for the lead. 1st and 10. On the sweep, it's Daniels. Breaking through for a moment. Tackled at the 5, and it's going to be a gain of 9.
Daniels slithering his way through the line of scrimmage. Love to see that fly sweep. Getting him involved in a lot of different ways. They love to get him on the edge. Latuli with the lead block. Just follow your blocker, son. It's a great job getting up in the gap there and getting positive yardage.
Did you say slithering or Slytherin?
Slithering.
Oh, I thought you had Harry Potter on the mind.
No, I'm not much of a Harry Potter guy.
I, for one, think Daniels is probably a Dumbledore, but we can talk to the coaching staff about that later. 2nd and 1. Ball at the 11. Been up under center. Feltoy on the move. Latuli gets the handoff and brings it within 1 yard of the line. We call a touchdown.
Yeah, you saw they went a heavy personnel there. A couple tight ends, single back. Latuli. They're getting everyone blocked down on the left side, trying to find a crease. Great job cutting it up there, bringing a couple defenders with them.
1st and goal from the 1. Easy Tokyo is back in on offense. Lined up on the right side of your screen. Daniels on the move. Takes the ball. Looking for the end zone, and he is stopped short. Jake Williams wraps him up. And it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Jake Williams with a physical play, causing the Pirates to gain no yards there. Maybe losing a quarter yard or a half yard.
Clock trickling towards 10 seconds. That will be the final play of this third quarter rather. 14-10, the Wildcats lead, though that can change in a moment as we flip the script for the fourth and final quarter. Don't go anywhere. We got a good one. It's the Wildcats and the Pirates on Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health.
How you doing today?
I don't even know.
It is an honor and privilege to let you know you're one of the 5 Teachers of the Year for the San Diego County. Congratulations. These are for you.
We couldn't be more proud of you, and they are who they are because of you. Congratulations. Keep going. Keep going.
Yes. Thank you.
I am just so overwhelmed. Know that everything I do, everything that Mr. Chapman and I do, it's because we love you so much. I keep your work because I know, like, one of these days, these kids are going to be famous. They're going to change the world, and I honestly and full-heartedly believe that. Thank you so much.
The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the heart and character displayed, and the brotherhood forged on the field. One play can shift the momentum. This is more than a game. It's Game Time High School football.
Brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't created overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare. Champions for you.
2nd and goal from the 2. The Pirates searching for their first lead in the series in 3 games against El Camino. And none better than this opportunity right here. It's 2nd and goal. Vinup under center. Fedaloy on the move. Vinup keeps. Vinup extending into the end zone. A quarterback touchdown to put the Pirates up top. He's had a rough game here tonight, Drew, but all can be forgiven if he pushes this ball across the goal line.
Truly, Jonathan, and that's got to feel good if you're Vinup. You know, frustrating night with these turnovers, but to lead this team down the field on a drive like this, on a night like this, it has got to feel good if you're Joey Vinup.
3 interceptions, a fumble, but a touchdown run to push his team up. Here comes the PAT to try and make it a 3-point lead. (17-14) Oceanside up by 3. Moments into the fourth quarter. We'll step aside. You're watching Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Disability is not a dirty word.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have passion.
It's who I am, whether I'm sitting or standing.
If I didn't have the disability, I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
Say disability.
With pride.
Fall has arrived, and with it, a chilling invitation to a spooktacular celebration. Fall Fright Fest on Your View. From classic horrors to modern-day frights, we've got something to scare the living daylights out of you. Prepare yourselves for a frightfully good time with a curated collection of films that'll leave you haunted long after the credits roll. Enjoy a spine-tingling October with Fall Fright Fest on Your View.
Whenever you talk about the greatest crosstown rivalries, Yankees-Mets comes to mind, Dodgers-Angels comes to mind, Arsenal and Tottenham, the North London Derby comes to mind, AC Milan and Inter Milan, the Derby Dalla Madonna comes to mind. Who can forget USC and UCLA? But El Camino and Oceanside sits right there with the best of them, Drew. Oceanside takes a 17-14 lead as we are underway with the ensuing kickoff picked up at the 10 and moving for El Camino. And a really good job to stay on his feet by Caden Coleman, but dropped back out near the 20 and continuing to be pushed back despite the whistles being blown. and things continuing to be chippy here into the fourth quarter.
Really is, and like you said, those rivalry games, a lot of history, a lot of tradition, and this one is no different here in northern San Diego, Oceanside.
Player down and being checked on. Another look here at the touchdown. Boy, a head of steam for Joseph Vinup. And all that matters is the hide touching the paint.
As soon as it crosses the goal line, it's a touchdown.
Man down, so we'll step aside. Game time on your view brought to you by Palomar Health, 14-10. El Camino in possession of the football, trailing by 3. Are they? They're not in the same town, though, are they? Oh, okay.
I have the distinct honor and privilege of saying that you are one of our 5 county teachers of the year. God. So congratulations.
I am so honored to work side by side with Mrs. Levine. I am just so happy for you because you deserve this. Well, thank you.
I am shaking. This is the coolest, one of the coolest moments. I mean, earning the runner-up district teacher of the year and then being in this moment. I do it because these are the beautiful miracles in my life. I love you all. I love what I do, and I'll just keep doing it with a smile and the heart. So thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's about to be 3rd and 9 here for El Camino. Jathan Bajareno got his first reception of the night, a name that we've been waiting for, and then Wasserman couldn't evade Hezekiah Wells, who gets his second sack here tonight. And it's going to set up a 3rd and long here for El Camino. This Oceanside defense, they have been the players of the game so far in this one.
They truly have, and Wells has had a great night defensively, making plays across the field. I like him as a player.
Gavin Wasserman handing it off on the sweep, looking to throw. Bajareno downfield, it's intercepted. Akil Hearn reeling it in. His first interception of the season. And comes up a bit shaken as well. Actually doesn't even come up after a little bit of help from his teammates.
Yeah, they tried to get cute here. Fly sweep to running back pass. A little bit handsy, but the ref called it an interception. And I don't know, that could have been an interception fumble there.
They might have anticipated the ground being the reason that ball popped out, but nonetheless, a questionable offensive call, I think, if you're the Wildcats.
I understand wanting to make a play, open up the game a little bit, get some momentum, but yeah, questionable call.
3rd and 8 turns into an interception. Oceanside now in possession of the football and the game. Here's Latuli sweeping out around the outside and pushing his way forward near the 50-yard line down to the 48. And he is coming up hobbling.
Yeah, he needs a breather here. But again, Latuli, what a great running back, great vision. Breaking tackles, getting north and south.
Fatili had him dead in his tracks, and he found a way to scurry out and around.
When you get that forward lean and you have a low center of gravity, it's really tough to stop.
And he immediately went down on the sideline, so we'll keep an eye on number 28 here for Oceanside. Backup comes in. Daniels on the sweep, takes the ball. Good block upfield. Here comes David Daniels out across the 40. And the Pirates continuing to plummet forward.
Great job by David Daniels. Like I said before, they love getting him out on the edge, getting him in space. Great blocking up front, going north and south. Could have been called for a late hit right there. Great explosive play by Daniels.
All at the 35 for Oceanside. They've turned it over 5 times. They forced 3 on the other side. And a timeout, I believe, Maybe an equipment malfunction here. Yeah, it's an equipment malfunction for Kimani Nua, who will have to sit out this play. Kendall Jones, the backup.
I believe it's his knee pads were not over his knees, and the ref told him to get out of the game.
Well, that would be a problem. Here's a handoff. This one goes to Cameron Salcido, the backup running back. Looking like Latuli out there with that run. Sharing some words before being pushed out after a first down.
Again, back on the ground for Oceanside. Little fake motion, handoff up front. Great job by the line and those tight ends blocking up front.
That is Salcido's first carry of the season.
Keeping it basic for the Oceanside offense, sticking to the ground game. This team loves to run the football.
1st and 10 from the 23. That's a gain of 12. Salcido stays out there. Takes the call again and gets 2 out of it. So now if you're Oceanside, I mean, this is your game to lose at this point. You're in control. You're in opponent territory. You're in field goal range. Now, obviously, you prefer the touchdown because a field goal still keeps it within a one-possession game here for El Camino. But with the way your defense is playing, I think there's a lot of comfortability right now on the Oceanside sideline.
You have everything in front of you if you're Oceanside right now. You're up 3 points in opponent territory. You're running the ball nicely. Everything's going great if you're in green.
And it looks like Latuli's back out there. Yeah, that's a good sign here for the Pirates. Daniels on the sweep. He has been soaring on that play here tonight, but gets a gain of 3. Could have been worse, though, after the tackle made by Sega. Micah Sega's been everywhere for this El Camino defense.
A little 12 personnel there. 1 running back, 2 tight ends. Got a man in motion, getting Daniels the ball. And I said it in the first half. Daniels did not get the ball much. We saw a lot of turnovers by the Oceanside offense. They're now getting him the ball in space in multiple different ways. And it's really working for Oceanside.
Tokyo is in on the right side of the line. Fatuli's the running back. And it's a triple flipper. Vinup, far side, looking for Tokyo. Did he reel it in?
It might be defensive pass interference.
They're calling offensive pass interference.
I thought that could have been defensive pass interference, to be honest, from my point of view.
Flags flew as soon as that ball came down. And Easy Tokyo with a melancholic stance right now on the field. Look at this play. Talk about getting fancy with it.
And they've run this type of double reverse pass before.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I don't like that call.
I think that's a touchdown.
Well, he didn't maintain possession when he hit the ground.
I don't think it's offensive pass interference.
I don't either. I think it was either a no call or
a touchdown.
Or a touchdown. But he did not maintain possession when he fell to the ground. So I don't know if that would have been called a touchdown anyways. I don't know if he had caught it, let it go. It didn't seem like he maintained possession.
And here's the call.
I guess if you're a little bit bigger and stronger and taller, maybe that goes against you in that situation.
Centrifugal force, if you will, forcing yourself on, and pushing the other player. The penalty was declined, by the way, so it's going to be 4th and 6.
Don't you have to penalize him?
Man, that is a brutal call right there. Easy Tokyo in possession in the end zone, in my opinion. Drew might disagree.
No, I agree with you. Well, actually, I disagree with OPI.
Possession, right. Oh, right.
But he didn't really maintain possession when he fell to the ground. I know the ground maybe caused a fumble.
So now searching for a 36-yarder that has not enough behind it. And just like that, it remains a 3-point deficit for the Wildcats.
In close games, special teams really makes a difference. We've seen El Camino with a punt return in one of their games earlier this year for a touchdown. We've seen a field goal here tonight to separate these two teams.
You know what, Drew? By the way, sorry, I just had a thought. I know that you're in this amazing zone of breaking down what we're seeing. If you're one of those scouts here tonight and you're watching Tokyo, that play right there has to continue to move him up on your wanted list. I know that there was an offensive pass interference call, but if they go back and look at the tape, I mean, the way that he was able to bring that ball in, we're going to get a false start here on the offense. I mean, like, that only helps him in the recruiting game regardless of the call.
It shows his athleticism. It shows his ball skills. It shows that he's coordinated. I think he's I want to say better defender. He's not a better defender, but I think he's more of a natural defender.
No, he's a defensive player.
Yeah, than a tight end. But he definitely could play tight end at the next level or defensive end.
I think the referees misspotted the ball.
First and 15 from the 15 for El Camino, and there's a fumble on the handoff. And I think the Wildcats jumped on it after a miscommunication between Bell and Wasserman.
But if you're really looking at Easy Tokyo as an athlete, as a player, he has the length and the athleticism and the coordination to play tight end at the next level if he wanted to. But he is a really physical player. He's a high motor. So it's tempting to put him on defense.
He could play offense on Saturdays, but he could play defense on Sundays, and that's why he sticks to defense, in my opinion, at the next level.
Potentially.
So that fumble sets it back 3 more yards. 2nd and 18. 7 minutes and counting in the fourth quarter. Wasserman looking to pass. Dumps it down to Bell out across the 10. Bell evading tacklers at the 20. Breaking loose at the 30. Staying on his feet at the 40. Taken down just shy of the 45-yard line for Leo Bell, doing what he does best.
Leo Bell getting in space, making a play. They've loved to get him out in the open field. Little screen game. They do it all the time.
There was a flag on the play. Personal foul.
It could have been tripping or attempted tripping because
a blindside block on El Camino to negate the run. So the Wildcats now really hurting themselves between the false start, the fumble, and an illegal blindside block. It's going to be 2nd and very long.
Very frustrating as a coaching staff to see some of these plays taken off the board in a time of the game where you're down 3 points, you're on the road, you're deep in your own territory. Really tough to come out of that.
Coach Pomele beat El Camino in 3 of the 4 years he played here at Oceanside. He lost in his senior season in '99. It's a memory that still haunts him. And he sure wants his Oceanside Pirates to get the win here tonight to avenge that loss. Wasserman's pass goes incomplete. The only wide receiver remotely in the area was Jathan Bajareno. And that's going to turn into a 4th and 20 for El Camino. Defense has played well enough. You got to wonder if they pump this one away, because it would be devastating to go for it and turn over the football here deep in Pirate territory. Actually, in El Camino territory.
Well, it looks like they're going for it.
Oh, boy, this might be for the game. Actually, it's 3rd and 20. My mistake, not 4th and 20. So, yeah, of course they're going for it. Wasserman flushed out right. Out to the 20. Nice little move to the 28-yard line.
Wasserman shifty.
Yeah, 17 yards on the keeper, and it's going to be 4th and somewhat manageable. Yeah, so the 3rd down, there's just so many penalties, it's hard to keep track of these downs. It's going to be 4th and about 5.
Yeah, it was a great job by Wasserman, getting out in space, making a move on Easy Tokyo. He's had a nice night tonight rushing. He might be near 100 yards rushing tonight.
I still think El Camino is looking to punt this one away. They're going to make a switch on offense.
Plenty of time in this football game, just above 5.5 minutes.
3 timeouts, defense playing well.
Yeah, you forced a lot of turnovers against this team in the first half. I think this is the right call here, just punting this away and playing defense.
Micah Fellatore back there at the 40. Timeout was called before the snap came off for Oceanside, their first here of the second half. So we'll take one as well. 17-14 Pirates lead. 5:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll see if El Camino elects to pump this one away. When we return, it's Game Time on Your View. Brought to you by Palomar Health.
Mr. Manzi, how are you doing today?
I'm surprised.
Okay, good. On behalf of our Board of Education, all of our staff at the County Office of Education, we want to congratulate you on being one of the 5 San Diego County Teachers of the Year.
Oh, thank you so much.
Mr. Manzi is Carlsbad at its finest. He is an awesome band teacher, and we just really appreciate everything you've done for our school and our culture.
It's a blessing to get to work in this district. It's really these kids right here and that I get to see throughout the day that allows me to get to make great music and to work in just such a great place.
Fourth and 3. El Camino going to punt this one away after a timeout by Oceanside, trying to get their special team set. David Daniels back as well as Micah Feltoy. As the punt returners, this one will be in the area of number 6. He makes the catch at the 40, elects to run with it. Feltoy out near the 45, hurdles the defender, and taken down out across the 50, flags fly. Matai Tapuloa was the one on the tackle.
I think it's going to be a penalty against El Camino, but
yeah, Feltoy maybe came down with the face mask. I mean, it was thrown right in front of him. How about that?
Great blocking by number 5 for Oceanside, Akil Hearn.
No, it's going to go on Oceanside.
Possible block in the back.
Yeah, and this will set him back. So both teams really making things difficult on themselves here tonight.
I believe they called timeout before that return, before the punt, because I think they were trying to set up a return.
Oh, you think that it just wasn't?
You saw some big, heavier linemen back in the shield punt, and they were realizing that they were having some of their slower players covering the punt, so they wanted to set up a return.
So instead of the ball being in opponent territory, it's back at the 38-yard line for Oceanside. Playing with the lead and 5:19 to go. Vidup in the shotgun. Matuli to his left. It's a handoff to Daniels. He's been utilizing the sweep here tonight around the outside and taken out near the 40. Oceanside's sideline asking for a late hit, but to no avail. It's going to be a gain of 1 on the play.
That was a great job by the defense, just being physical at the point of attack. Zachary Ballo just pushing S.J. Pomele back, causing Daniels to just continue to go east and west. It's a great job by the defense overall, just swarming to the ball, being physical at the point of attack.
Oceanside has San Pasqual next week. El Camino has Torrey Pines. We will have Mater Dei Catholic and Eastlake for you here on Your View. It's going to be a good one down in the South Bay. Drew and I will have you for that one. Daniels on the move, handoff Latuli out to the right side, trying to find space, and gets a yard, maybe 2 out of it.
El Camino having a great defensive stop again, forcing a 3rd and long here. And Oceanside just trying to run some clock, playing a little bit defensive here, not trying to risk a turnover.
The defense has been stellar for Oceanside, really making things difficult on the Wildcats. Star running back Leo Bell and the new quarterback Gavin Wasserman. Offense continuing to try and reward the efforts of the defense. Here's a flip out to Daniels, lining up in the backfield, running out of room, and taken down at the 40. The first hit made by Zachary Ballo, following by Donovan Daniels.
El Camino just not fooled on that formation. They ran a twins type of formation, quick pitch out to the left with Daniels, tried to beat him with speed. But El Camino, great job on those 3 plays, stopping Oceanside, only allowing them a few yards.
It's good to get your playmakers the ball, but force feeding them is never the answer, and El Camino knew exactly what was coming at him on that play. By the way, Tokyo is in on special teams as well. In case you're keeping track, he's on the right side of that line. Literally plays every part of this game. Punt out near the 30 is where it's taken. This is Caden Coleman in space. Tokyo en route, gets past him. Along the sideline goes Coleman, staying on his feet before being pushed out near the 30. A fantastic return by the senior. And trying to set his offense up, but some more laundry. Is there even more laundry to throw with all of the flags we've seen here tonight?
I think our washing machine is full, Jonathan.
Yeah, somebody called a plumber. I don't know if there's any more water. Try and clean off these clothes. I feel like Al Michaels last night, who was complaining about the flags for the entire game. Illegal block in the back on El Camino, and both these teams continuing to make things even more difficult on their offenses.
Yeah, that really sets you back there. You just had a big play on special teams, getting yourself in favorable field position. Great job by the returner. Oh,
and yeah, that was early.
I mean, that's a little bit incidental right there, but it's still a block in the back. That's a tough one to stomach.
Really good return negated. Instead of the ball being at the Pirates' 30, oh boy, this one's going to go all the way back to the Wildcats' 16.
And the returner had juked that guy out. He wasn't going to make the play.
Yeah, there was no reason for contact to be made regardless.
I think he just couldn't slow down.
So here comes Gavin Wasserman trying to lead his team to the promised land. Running out of space, he is taken down. Hezekiah Wells with his third sack here tonight. He has 7.5 on the season.
Hezekiah Wells.
And actually, because he tucked in the ball, it's not a sack. It's just a tackle for loss.
Yeah, it's a gain of 1 yard, so he got ahead of the line of scrimmage.
Nonetheless, 2nd and 9. This one goes out to the flat. Blake Certeza getting stood up after a gain of 1. So short gains here, 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats. This is not going to get the job done with 2:40 to go.
3rd and long here. Both of these defenses playing stout in this 4th quarter. They tried to get the ball out in space to their playmakers, Blake Certeza, but no dice.
6,000 strong here at Oceanside. They can smell it. Wasserman looking to throw. 3rd and 8 up the middle, and it's complete for a first down. Caden Coleman reeling it in and moving the sticks.
Caden Coleman, he's a great athlete. Great job breaking off that route, staying inbounds, keeping his cool in a high pressure situation, and keeping this drive alive.
There's 2 steps in front of Akil Hurd in coverage.
Ball was thrown a little bit behind him, and he adjusted well.
1st and 10 from the 28. A field goal would tie. A touchdown would take the lead. And the pass is incomplete to Coleman.
Might have been better off if he didn't catch that ball, because the Oceanside Pirates were there ready to make a play. They're getting little chunks of yards here and there, but they're going to have to advance this ball down the field and at least get in field goal range to try to tie this game up.
Second and 10. Poised is Wasserman, has a man wide open, and finally connecting with Jathan Bajareno, his 2nd reception here tonight. He's the leading receiver on this team, and a gain of 11 again moves the sticks.
Wasserman looks so poised back there in the pocket. He's taking what the defense gives him. He's just taking the underneath route, letting his playmakers make a catch, get out of bounds, and keep the clock on their side.
El Camino has all 3 timeouts. Leo Bell's in the backfield. Wasserman play action, screen pass far side. It's complete for a gain of 2. And Coleman taken down pretty tough at the end there by Neke Latuli, who's playing a little linebacker on the defensive side.
Playing both ways, young football player for these Pirates, all over the field tonight. And you've seen a lot of plays run to the boundary for El Camino this drive, meaning that the ball is being positioned closer to the sideline of where the hash is, so the short side of the field is what I'm trying to say. I've got to think they might be running some play over here to the field.
Timeout taken on 2nd and 8. Boy, how poetic would it be here for Blake Wasserman? I'm not going to say why, because that would enact the broadcaster's jinx, but I think we all catch my drift. They're actually giving it an extra yard, so 2nd and 7. After Coleman's 3-yard reception.
Gavin Wasserman, he could be a hero tonight for these Wildcats.
Played JV last year at San Marcos. A highly touted junior here in North County. Plenty of time in the pocket. Elected to throw the second time, and it's incomplete. Leo Bell got hammered. And it was the lead man, Easy Tokyo, in coverage.
I believe that was number 33.
Yeah, they were both right there.
Yeah, you're right. Leo Bell couldn't quite connect on that pass play.
Yeah, when you have Isaiah Suarez and Easy Tokyo breathing down your spine, all the hair stands up on your arms, and it's hard to catch a football. 3rd and 7. Wasserman keeps searching for the first down, and he's not going to get there. Well,
I think he is going to get there, Jonathan.
I don't know. One official looks like he's short. One official looks like he's not. This is going to be
a first down for El Camino.
Well, hold on.
Oh, they're going to bring out the sticks.
I think you got to bring out the sticks. Call the chain gang.
Call the chain gang.
Oh, no, they give him the first down without even bringing the chain gang out. And really quickly to the snap. Here's Leo Bell on the run. Up the middle he goes, down at the 45.
That was the design quarterback run on that previous play. They pulled the guard to run up the middle of the field to block that quarterback spy.
I'm not going to lie. I really thought that Wasserman was maybe a half a yard short. It felt like a generous spot.
If you saw his second effort, the ball actually crossed.
El Camino moving quickly. 43 seconds to go. Wasserman to pass. Deep downfield. Inside the 10. Contact is made. Flag is thrown. And it's going to be a pass interference on the defense.
I know Oceanside is very upset about that call, but that was the correct call by the officials. We'll see what it is.
Remember, in high school, there's no such thing as an uncatchable pass. If there's contact, there's contact. The ball could be 100 yards the other way. And here's the call.
Yeah, Wasserman takes a shot down the field, airs it out. You can see a little handsy on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, it's incidental. But because of the nature of the play, I think you have to throw the flag.
A referee is trained when they see hands on the receiver, jersey being pulled, falling to the ground, it's not a good combination.
36 seconds to go. El Camino searching for the end zone. 1st and 10, and a timeout will be called by Oceanside. It's their second. Oceanside has not beaten El Camino since 2017. The teams have met twice in the playoffs over the last 11 games. El Camino won in 2017 in the postseason. Oceanside won in that Division I championship in 2015. But it's been all Wildcats here since 2018. They didn't play 2 of those years, one of them due to COVID. And everybody was saying that this was Oceanside's best chance over this span to beat their crosstown rivals, less than 5 miles separating the two schools. El Camino doing everything they can to bury those hopes and dreams here. 1st and 10 from the 30. Wasserman stepping up, and he gets sacked in the backfield. Hezekiah Wells taking him down for a loss of 1. And El Camino's going to have to burn a timeout.
We've called his name a lot tonight. Hezekiah Wells, number 7, coming off the edge. Just nothing open downfield. And Wells comes in there, makes the sack. big-time play for the Pirates.
Dude, that guy is tougher than a $2 steak. When you have guys on the defensive line like Hezekiah Wells and Easy Tokyo, it doesn't matter what team you are, you're going to have trouble on the offensive side facing those two guys.
Both those players on the defensive side of the football have been great tonight, and it makes it tough for an offense. I mean, which side do you run to? The Wells side or the Tokyo side?
2nd and 11, 30 seconds to go. Wasserman with space, time, throws it up and incomplete. An intercepting opportunity for Kimani Nua. He knew it and missed it, but it's going to be 3rd and 11 nonetheless. And Bajareno was the intended receiver on the play. Now here's the thing. El Camino was not a field goal inclined type of team. They already missed one earlier. And 47 yards might be too tall of a task. They need to get this ball at least a little bit closer should they not get the first down.
A game like this makes you appreciate specialists that much more.
3rd and 11. Wasserman has to get rid of it. Has him in. It's caught. Caden Coleman inside the 5. A man unchecked for the Wildcats on offense. And Caden Coleman will bring his team 5 yards away from the promised land.
What a move to step up in the pocket, find the wide open Caden Coleman. Gets right there on the 5-yard line. What a great job by Wasserman. He does not look like a rookie tonight, John. He looks like an old crafty vet stepping up in the pocket like that, moving his hip, creating time for his receiver to get open. Absolute stud. Wasserman for the Wildcats.
Well, in the words of the famous John Rothstein, get your nitroglycerin pills out, because we're going down to the wire in Oceanside. Here we go. 1st and goal from the 5. 15 seconds to go. Oceanside leads by 3. Wasserman the pass, looking for the end zone. Lobs it towards the end, and it's incomplete. Bajareno, the intended receiver. David Daniels in coverage.
Some valuable seconds taken off the clock there for the Wildcats.
Oh, and Hezekiah Wells comes up gingerly. He has had quite the evening. And yeah, he goes down.
They're just telling him to go down because he is hurt, but he wasn't going to get off the field in time.
It was really a fade towards the end zone, but
you saw
enough room.
They had 2 guys go out with Leo Bell in the flat. That's who he was really looking for. So they had 2 players spying him.
Well, and it is interesting. I understand now there's 8 seconds, but there was 15 seconds on the clock, Drew. And with Bell's prowess, to not even give him the ball there and try to let him just bully his way to the end zone.
I think it was the right call not throwing him the ball. Too much could have went wrong there.
Well, I was thinking handoff.
Oh, handoff, right. Yeah, I mean, you can't really run the ball in this situation. I mean, I think they have timeouts left. Maybe 1 timeout left. You know, El Camino ran against Mount Carmel in the red zone, right around this area of the field. A play action wide receiver screen out to the out to the left side. Don't think they're in right formation for that right now.
Out of the timeout, 2nd and goal from the 5. Wasserman to the end zone, has a man. It's brought down, and it's a touchdown. Jathan Bajareno, his 2nd touchdown of the season. And El Camino goes El Loco here with 1 second to go.
You can hear a pin drop on this side of the field for Oceanside. What a play. What a play by Jathan Bajareno. Going up, making the grab. Wasserman staying patient, one-on-one, inside cut, jump ball, Great job locating the football, hanging on to the ball. Touchdown, Wildcats.
A last-second effort. And look how high he got. Somebody turned off the gravity machine.
And you could see Wasserman kind of pumping a little bit, wondering which way he was going to go. I thought he needed a little more mustard on that pass, but just threw a jump ball. Great job by Bajarano. Jumping up in the air, snagging that ball for what seems to be the victory.
PAT try and put the cherry on top. 21-17 with 1 second to go. And a deflating Oceanside sideline, but a jubilant Wildcat sideline. And you could see the coaching staff
just urging their players
stay
to get back on the sideline.
Don't celebrate, but celebrate on your side of the field.
Don't get a taunting call, because that would inflict a penalty for the kickoff. And there might already be a penalty on the kickoff.
Flags were thrown out for the touchdown. Thrown.
And I think it was people coming onto the field after that touchdown.
Yeah, it was not a warning, it was a penalty on the sideline for El Camino after the touchdown.
That might affect the kickoff on this play, and if it does, it gives Oceanside a much more favorable opportunity, to get a return. Yeah, it is. It's enforced on the 25-yard line. That was a 10 or 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, so this ball will be kicked off in a more favorable spot for Oceanside. Gonna have to get to the end zone. Boy, the life sucked right out of the Oceanside side of the fans. Got to think we're going to see a couple of laterals here, Drew. Daniels and Micah Felatoy back to return here. Daniels on the returning end at the 20. Got to get to the end zone at the 30. Running on the short side of field, throws it back. Into the hands of Goodwin. Goodwin on the wide side. Goodwin getting some blocks at the 40. Now at the 45, running out of room, fumbles the football. Football is loose, down on the ground. This game's over. El Camino gets the win. For the 5th straight time in the battle for the city, the Wildcats come out on top. But it wasn't until the final moments of this game where the win was secure. And Oceanside is deflated.
Great game by both of these ball clubs. Really tough loss for Oceanside, but way to go, El Camino, to fight back in this ball game. You're up most of the game, face some adversity, down in the 4th quarter, game-winning drive. What an exciting thriller here in Oceanside.
A game that proved to live up to the hype. It had a little bit of everything. And we're going to talk about it all coming up in our post-game coverage. It's Game Time on Your View, brought to you by Palomar Health. Wildcats get the win, 21-17.
Cox Communications and the San Diego County Office of Education salute the 2025 San Diego County Teachers of the Year. Cox presents Salute to Teachers. Be inspired by their stories and celebrate their accomplishments in a 30-minute education special. Watch Cox presents Salute to Teachers, only on Your View.
Sometimes people create their own perceptions of what I can and can't do.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
It's my thing to feel. I don't want someone else to tell me how I should feel.
People made me have different views on it, but I learned my version of autism and I embraced that.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
Doesn't matter the disability that you have. You have to love it and you have to love yourself.
It took me a while to understand that I'm one of a kind.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have a passion.
I'm very proud to be myself.
Unique.
Lovable.
Awesome.
Kind.
It's who I am, sitting or standing.
Disability pride matters to me.
Say disability.
Say disability.
Say disability.
With pride.
With pride. Say disability.
With pride.
Our kickoff of NAMI Walks, right? Official kickoff.
NAMI's been around for about 60 years, and they work with people with mental illness and with families of people with mental illness.
We are a grassroots organization that was created with the idea of how can we make sure that people get what they need. And so because of you, NAMI Orange County impacted the lives of over 100,000 individuals in Orange County. Because of you, our helpline addressed the needs of over 180,000 callers.
This is the kickoff for our walk event, and the walk event is the single biggest fundraiser that NAMI Orange County has.
It's a 5K walk. Currently it's held at Angel Stadium.
I encourage everybody, go online, visit our website, you can form a team, and you can also donate. And all of those donations from that walk is going to go to our teen and young adult group at NAMI, which is how we can save lives for young people in our community.
El Camino gets the win at the final second, 21-17. Oceanside had it, they lost it. And for the fifth straight time, it's the Wildcats who get the victory in one of the best rivalries here in high school football. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkin here back with you on Game Time on Your View. And Drew, this was truly a game that possessed everything.
It really did, and it's a heartbreaking loss for Oceanside. Well-fought battle by both of these clubs. A lot of turnovers, a few penalties, right? You saw some mishaps on special teams, but ultimately El Camino coming out with the win with that late fourth quarter drive. It was really one to watch.
It was one for the ages, one that both these schools wanted so badly, but it was the sophomore, or rather the junior transfer from San Marcos, Gavin Wasserman, who led his team down the field and got them the victory. This is our player of the game, Gavin Wasserman, brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't made overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare, champions for you. Got off to a bit of a slow start, overthrowing some of his receivers, but settled in really nicely and eventually figured out that offensive continuity.
He really did, and you can see some moves here, stepping up in the pocket, moving his hips, finding his open receiver late in the ball game to get in scoring position. He did not look like a rookie tonight.
No, it was a tall task to ask of your new quarterback to play in this game as his first varsity start, but did he answer the call? And there were a ton of fantastic plays that were worthy, but tonight's play that sealed the game, which is brought to you by Easter Seals, it has to go to Jathan Bajareno, the game-winning touchdown. Showing off the hops right there. Disability is not a dirty word. Say it, celebrate it, and share it. Help us define disability and share your story at disabilitypride.com.
Jathan Bajareno jumping up, locating the football. Great pitch, even better catch.
And the trust.
And the trust. The game is on the line. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments, and we just saw it right there.
An elated El Camino sideline, a deflated Oceanside sideline as we wrap things up on the other side. Game Time on Your View brought to you by Palomar Health as El Camino got the win here against Oceanside 21-17.
MyBox is the only locally owned portable storage company servicing San Diego County. We provide containers in multiple sizes, 8x8, 8x16, and 8x20.
We're out of Poway. We do on-site storage that can be delivered right to your home or business or really wherever you need portable storage. We've started in 2017 and moved into now a couple other service lines, including ice cold storage and mobile offices. So we're perfect for doing your full service events, and also restaurants that may be down on equipment. They can hire us to do on-site refrigeration. My Box of San Diego is available 24/7 by phone, text, and website. You can even get a hold of us through our social media networks as well too. Typically, we can get your container out same day, even within a couple hours. We can have it there ready on your driveway. So if you need it dry or if you need it cold, My Box of San Diego and Ice Cold Storage has the right solution for your needs.
Disability is not a dirty word.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have a passion.
It's who I am, whether I'm sitting or standing.
If I didn't have the disability, I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
Say disability.
With pride.
If you're having trouble breathing, if you're having a lot of sinus infections, if your nose is dripping like a faucet, I can help you breathe easy. I'm Dr. Shaw, Palomar Health Ear, Nose, and Throat Surgeon. In less than an hour, we'll unplug that nose that's been so congested without an invasive surgery. It's painless. And by the next day, you're going to be breathing much easier. Contact us. I'll help you breathe easy.
Stretching our legs here, Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkind. Game time on your review brought to you by Palomar Health. And when you talk about El Camino and Oceanside, this is exactly the kind of game that you think of. Chippy, in the trenches, down to the wire, and it delivered here tonight.
A really hard-fought game for both of these teams. We saw electric plays, especially in the second half, but a real smash-mouth football game. It was fun to watch.
I think when you look at the positives, the depth of Oceanside, I mean, easy Tokyo. What more can you say than what has already been said with a man who finally, after waiting the 5-game sit-out period, comes in and tears it up on the football field. They have a great freshman running back in Latuli. But on the other side, El Camino, I mean, they have a phenomenal quarterback in Gavin Wasserman as well, and ultimately he was the one who was able to lead the charge to win the game.
Yeah, Oceanside has some great young players, like you said, Tokyo and the Latuli running back and some other great freshmen on their team, but ultimately El Camino was able to edge them out. Wasserman, what a playmaker, on the feet, in the air, just overall stud. Won the game for them.
Well, the lights are out here on the pirate ship, and it's time to go home. But by the way, we're going to be on next Friday down in the South Bay. Modern Day Catholic is hosting Eastlake for another rivalry down there in Chula Vista. I'm looking forward to that one, Drew. I know you are as well. But until then, for our entire crew here on Your View and Game Time, Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkind, enjoy the rest of your weekend. El Camino gets the win here in Oceanside, 21-17.
Guest is a trial attorney in Oakland, California. Let's welcome Landon Vivian from the Barnes firm.
Most interesting aspects of this for me, and part of why I love this work, is when people first come to me, there's almost this like guilt about, oh, this happened. I don't want people to think I'm trying to pull a fast one or do anything. And I have to break through that and go, look, this was not your fault that you got hurt. Yes, it may have been an accident or not intentional, but there are things that happened that led up to this occurring. And as a result, you're hurt. Your life has been changed. So to really break them free and get them to be like, look, you can pursue this with your head held high. This isn't something shameful. This is the way it should be, given the fact that you were the one that got hurt. I'm always representing somebody that was hurt. So knowing that I have them kind of, with me, and that's what I'm representing, that's a big deal to me when you really start to feel people respect what's going on.
Tell me the story again, Grandpa.
Okay, there was once a little girl who was fearless. She protected the whole village, and she never backed down. She was my champion. And when she grew up, she joined a group of other heroes to protect the world. The world-class medical team at Palomar Health. Because they are the champions of healthcare. Mommy! And champions for you.
I'm Jay Thomas, and welcome to Rides.
This show looks at anything that has an engine and a story told by the owners.
But we're heading to Brandon right now to check out it. I believe it's a father and son build. Is that right, Wes?
That's right.
All right, father and son build. They got some other